Alright, we should be up and running. Let's just double check. Yep, I'm definitely live. Awesome. Oh man, today is very delayed. I was gonna try to get this stream going at about 7:30, around then. I actually wanted to get started before dinner, but then dinner is one that I can't skip, and it took a while. It took till about 8 o'clock. So that's like an hour gone there, right? Then had dinner, wasn't feeling too good after dinner. I'm like, oh man, okay, look, we'll watch some videos on YouTube and let my stomach settle for a bit. So I did that, and then that's like 9 o'clock. I still wasn't feeling too good, so I waited a little longer. And then eventually, yeah, got everything set up, and yeah, it's 11:30. So I'm going to be on for probably like 2 hours, so we'll finish up kind of late today. But hey, got the stream done. We got it going. It's better to have streamed than not streamed at all. Because I had everything set up. I'm like, oh man, you know what, I could just go to bed and watch YouTube and sleep. But I figured, what a waste. Like, I've got a schedule, I want to stick to my schedule, and it would be stupid to have everything set up and then not use it. So here we are. So, I've got a few videos to check out today. I've got to get this thing going too, actually. We've got to get this one running. Alright, so that should... Actually, that's not going to work until I do this. I'm using the old chat app at the moment as well. The new one, it's not as reliable as I'd like it to be. Failed to connect. Oh no. Try again. Did it work this time? Says it worked. Sometimes I have to quit this and restart it. We've got a black screen. There we go. Alright, that's working. Awesome. So I've got a few things we can run through today. We've got another Nintendo magazine we could check out. Which one was this? It's like, yeah, the issue 35. Or, hang on, jump back over here. Or we can, why is this back up the top? Oh no, it's not. Yeah, we've got a couple of videos. I found a few good ones in here actually. So we've got like, I believe this girl's American. She's in Melbourne for a holiday. And to me, holidaying in Melbourne just seems like a horrible idea. Melbourne's good if you do day trips. So, I don't know, you get your... Even then, like, you're probably better off getting like a bed and breakfast like out in the countryside. So you're close to the interesting things that you want to do. Don't stay in Melbourne for a holiday. But hey, you know, there's people... They come here, they get told bad advice, and they stick around in Melbourne. So I want to check that out, see what her impressions are. We've got someone complaining about phone zombies, just how everyone's addicted to their phones. I wouldn't mind checking that out. Hopefully it's an interesting rant. Got a guy talking about burnout, which is something a bit familiar to me, so I wouldn't mind having a look at that. Because I burned out doing websites in 2019, kind of like the last half of 2019. And then that bled into COVID and it just got worse. But I eventually got over it. And then, yeah, we got a couple other ones in here. And there was another one that I found. Yeah, this one here. So there's like some skyscraper in LA. And I don't know if this is the one that's like been graffitied and just like it's in the middle of the city. It's just trashed. But I wouldn't mind having a look at that too. Hey, why do I not have TTS? There we go. How you doing, man? Oh, I've just got good timing, don't I? Yeah, I started late today, dude. I was going to start... Like I said, I told you, I wanted to try start at around 7. And, yeah, then dinner. So I couldn't skip dinner today, because it was Dad's birthday, so I've got to be there for that. I had dinner. Dinner took an extra hour to be ready, so dinner started at 8. So I had dinner. By the end of dinner, it's like, I don't know, 8:30. Wasn't feeling too good after dinner. So I'm like, oh, okay, we'll set things up, and then we'll just watch some YouTube and relax for a little bit. So I did that until I felt better. It took longer than expected. And yeah, now we're up and running. So, hey, you might be able to help me out with this. Actually, it's probably too small to see.
Viceroy said, well, happy birthday, Dad.
Yeah, he's 70. The old man is 70. I told him, like, when you're 100, I'll be 70. So, yeah, fingers crossed we both make it that long. That'd be cool. Yeah, so I found this video too, actually. This one's inspired by you. This girl's talking about some empty one-owner tower in LA. So I want to check out what's going on there, because, I don't know, it seems interesting.
Viceroy said, quickly, I have to sleep because I have my psych appointment later today, technically speaking.
Oh, shit. Alright, how about we just dive right into this one then? So this is the one that you were talking about. I'm going to turn this up a little. It's kind of quiet. That's better. And, yeah, so this is the LA chick. She's, I don't know, I've never seen any of her videos. This just came up as, like, a recommended. I wanted to check it out. It's fairly new. It's got a few number of views on it, so it's doing popular. And, yeah, it's probably going to talk about, like, property corruption or something like that in LA. So, let's check it out. We'll pop it open in a new link. Yeah, it's a short one, man. This is only a 7-minute video. She didn't even make it long enough to sneak an ad in there, so everybody wins. Am I recording? Yeah, it should be. Alright, we'll just wait 2 minutes for it to load. It's like we're on dial-up again.
Viceroy said, oh, I've done those buildings a few times.
Units that are vacant,
and you can private-owned high-rises that got abandoned and people all over the world went to tag the shit out of them. Text-to-speech
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. You were talking about one of them. It's just completely graffitied and trash, and they kind of abandoned it halfway through the build. Yeah, it's probably that one. Yeah, I used to hang out, with one of the guys who tagged on it. Hey man, maybe his tag will show up in the video. We'll check it. We'll see if it comes up. Anyway, let's start
it. The whole block is just dark. This one has like 230 units that are vacant, and you can immediately see it with your
Where's
eyes.
The one?
It's like something everybody talks about and suspects, but nobody's really proven it. The fact that maybe some of these luxury high-rises are...
So who funded this? Who paid to build these?
Like, there's so many things going on downtown, you know, like a new skyscraper or a high-rise, but like it doesn't seem like people actually live in them, and nobody's actually tested it before, so I went and got the ownership records for
Hold up. You can kind of see like a sports center there, so this will give you like bearing on where it is. Is this the LA Convention Center? This looks like it, right? And she's talking about the buildings that are over here. So it's just off of like a freeway that's cutting through it all. And I can't really tell. South must be to the bottom because the shadows are up to the top, but who knows, it could be in the morning, it could be in the afternoon.
The Metropolis development, which is one of the biggest in LA. And I confirmed that the rumors are true because
and it's fully built.
A third of the condos here are vacant, empty. And not only vacant, but
can't sell
by the same owner, the original developer.
I get what's going on already, man. Yeah, so Chinese property developers have come along, built this thing, poured their money into it, and no one wants to buy them. And then it's the same here in Australia, man. They build these multi-level skyscraper buildings full of apartments, and no one wants to live in the city. Like, it's a horrible spot to live. But they build these things anyway. It's just a speculative property development, and they didn't do their research. And it looks like they've struck LA as well. Yeah, right where AX is, yeah. Yeah, the 110 freeway. Different ones than the graffiti ones, but they'll be, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if the graffiti ones are owned by the same group or a similar group.
I'll get to how I figured that out in a minute, but I figured it's a good time to count the vacancy rate of these luxury condos because, you know, LA is in one of the worst housing crises in history. People don't have a place to live or they can't afford it, and yet we have so many buildings. We see buildings going up left and right. It's like there's a new luxury building going up every other day, but there's still people without housing. So with so much construction, why is there not enough housing? Like, something doesn't make sense.
Thank you very much for the sub.
Metropolis has 4
I
buildings,
believe you're like
one
the
hotel.
second or third person to have ever subscribed. We've got Right Shogun, he was first. I believe Danny sent one out to, I always forget the guy's name. He's a streamer from Sydney. I always forget his name, but he's a cool dude. And I believe you are number 3, so thank you, man.
2 condo towers and a 4th tower of rental apartments. Finished between
Been there a
2016
while.
and 2019.
I haven't sold them.
So it's been almost 9 years. 122 units in the condo towers, the ones I pulled records on.
You can see who claims the homeowner's exemption. The official designation, if it's your primary residence, 84 units,
They might be
around
the
10%,
genuine ones.
have claimed that exemption. By narrowing it down even more, I sorted by owner.
Yeah, that
And for
sucks. Okay, they're the ones that just
281
haven't
of these
sold
units,
yet.
They have the same owner, one owner, Greenland. Greenland USA, the developer from China. And not only that, but all 281 of their addresses have a male vacancy designation, which means the USPS
Yeah, 'cause they haven't
has
been
marked
sold.
those
There's
addresses
no one there.
as being vacant, have not received mail in the last 90 days. Nobody lives there, to the point that nobody receives mail service. Like, no electric bills, no power bills, no phone bills,
Hey,
grocery
better
catalogs,
place.
nothing. Like Tower 1 right here, the one that's right next to the hotel.
So
There's
that's
50 empty
1/6 are empty. So they're still trying to sell off like a number of the units that they just haven't been able to sell yet. That's not too bad, but still, if it's been there for 9 years and you got 50 of 300 still available, that's pretty bad. Have a good one, dude. I'll catch you later. You should have a badge. Give it a refresh. The little wheel will show up.
Like, that's 45% of this building alone.
Do you speak English?
Nihonjin desu.
Japanese? Say this in
Hotel
Japanese.
Doko desu ka?
Where is your hotel? Is this your hotel? Huh. Oh, 3-bedroom. Oh, they got like a 3-bedroom rental, like an Airbnb, but they can't get in touch with
Yeah, that means an
These are
apartment.
condos.
What would be the equivalent in Japanese of a condo? Like, you'd just call it mansion, I'd imagine. That's the same terminology that they would use in Japan for it.
The address is 875.
So it's a fake address.
Downtown LA. She said, "I'm sorry, we sent you a message earlier about damage."
It's kind of weird. Like, she's just approached these people, hasn't really explained who they are, what they are, what they're doing, and is interviewing them.
They're not responding. So I guess if anything, they're using these apartments for scams to scam tourists.
So they're using them as Airbnbs, but there's no one there to give them the keys to it.
You're gonna make it.
I walked them over to Hotel Indigo at the Metropolis, ironically, and made sure the guy at the front desk had Google Translate on his phone, and then continued.
Some people might say, like, you know, maybe people just don't want to live downtown. Well, the residential tower, Thea, the 4th tower, it's the only residential tower available, and they have a 91% occupancy rate. Do you live here? Do you, like, think, is it occupied? Do you think there's a lot of people that actually live here?
Yeah, she said 91%, so that's
Like,
quite a few.
Like the male.
Like, say before, that 308 example, that'd be like 9% missing. Which is like, what, you'd be like down 30 people? So 270 out of whatever? That's not too bad.
Room is busy and stuff.
So it seems like the demand is there. People do want to live in the area if it's available
the hell was that
as a
sound
place to
effect?
rent.
I'm gonna check out which of the units that I suspect are empty, if the lights are on. It's more an added data point on top of the USPS data and the ownership data that I pulled. The whole block is just dark. You see? Those are all consistently dark. That's where the postal service.
You know what would be a
data
better
says.
test? Like, you just
And if you
get
see
photos
these
of this
are more,
building
like,
at like
randomly
a couple different
dark.
times throughout the night, over like a week or 2 weeks, and then you'll know, you'll be able to see the ones that never light up, and you'll know that there's never anyone in those ones.
So this is Tower 2. This one has like 230 units that are vacant, and you can like immediately
there's like
see
no
it
one
with
there.
your eyes. So this one, it's like 5 through all the way to almost all the way to the top. There's units, but it's clustered up here where it's dark, and then obviously these in the corner. But then if you look
Yeah, that looks a bit more
there,
normal.
that's the residential towers, and obviously those are not empty.
So why would a company just sit on hundreds of empty homes for almost a decade?
I mean, the answer
I
to
asked
that's
Greenland
simple: is
USA via
it's
email,
property
but they
speculation.
haven't responded.
You know, like China went through a huge property bubble, and they didn't just stop in China. They wanted to get their money out of the country, so they took it to other investment locations. And they did the same in Melbourne. They built plenty of high-rise apartment buildings. A lot of like 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartment buildings. Completely changed the appearance of our skyline, the city itself. And I'd imagine it's probably a similar thing. Like a lot of those would be unoccupied. There wouldn't be people living there. Because who the hell wants to spend ridiculous amounts of money to live in the middle of the city? There's no reason for that.
So in the meantime, I have to give my best educated guess. It probably has to do with China, because Greenland built this place when Chinese real estate money was flooding into the US until
There it
China's
is.
real estate bubble popped and Beijing cracked down on how much debt developers could carry. And meanwhile, these condos never sold like they were supposed to, but the ones that they did sell mostly sold at a loss. So if Greenland
So it's
sold
keeping it
the
on the
rest
books.
now, they'd have to take that loss on almost 300 units all at once. But if they hold on to them, they can keep pretending
That's
that
such
the
a
condos
bad
are still
mentality.
worth what they paid to
That's
build
like a
them.
degenerate crypto
the
trader. It's like, oh, I haven't lost money until I sell everything. Like, man, and it's just going off a cliff. It's like, you're not getting your money back, dude. You've lost the money. You just got to lock it in now.
The tower wouldn't be a complete failure for them. Basic accounting strategy. Again, this is my guess in the absence of direct comment from the developer. It says a lot about what we're not counting, because Vancouver counts its empty homes, Paris counts, New York at least keeps track, but Los Angeles, a city with a declared housing emergency, has never even counted once.
To be
how many
fair,
homes are empty.
that's none of the city's
And
business.
the part that I did in this
Like, if
video
you've got an
was that
empty home and you're the person who owns it, like, okay, so you're not making you're not getting the full value out of that home. Like, you could put someone in there for rent or whatever, but if you're not doing it, that's on you. It's your responsibility. It has nothing to do with the city.
the case, because a totally empty unit shows up in a lot of public places. But the hard part is finding units that are somebody's third home, used maybe
They're easy to find. They're all over Airbnb.
or one that's not even a home anymore, just somewhere for money to sit. All of these things take housing off the market just the same way. It's just better at hiding. And the records to answer that exist, but nobody in the government has bothered to count.
Yeah, that was a misleading
Maybe somebody
video.
should ask them why.
She's talking up this problem as though it's a massive issue, and I don't think it is. She just wants, like, I guess, like, she would be happy if they were all occupied. But she showed one of the buildings that was 90% occupied. Like, that's not bad. That's not a problem. Yeah, there were a few that were kind of empty. What was it? One of them was like, had like the top couple of floors were empty. But yeah, it's this Chinese company trying to sell them, and they just haven't been able to sell them yet. And obviously they are selling at a loss now, so it's up to them to choose what they do with it. I don't know why she's getting so upset about this. I guess because they've got homeless people, and she's thinking, oh well, you've got empty building here and homeless person there. Put them in the thing and we fix it. No man, someone owns this. You can't just give it to that person. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, that was a misleading video, but hey, it was only 7 minutes. Whatever. Hold up, man. Let's give you back some TTS. Makes it easy for me.
Enabled.
So to be fair, the entire state is owned by people who wish to only exert power over the poor. Yeah, didn't they get like a ton of money for homelessness? It was like $1 billion or something. The money evaporated and nothing happened. Like, LA has a lot of what appears to be corruption issues. Sure it is. She wants more government involvement in your life. Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting from her. She's pushing for the government to keep track of who's got an empty house or not. And then what? Okay, they know that there's an empty house. What, are they going to tell you what you can and can't do with your empty house? They're going to tell you what you can do with your property? Because that seems to be the angle that she's pushing for. But, hey, I might be just going out on a limb here.
YouTube Play said, did you hear about Carlos' proposed universal healthcare a few years back?
Callis? Oh, California.
Ed, be right back.
No, I didn't hear about that. We have like a universal healthcare system in Australia, but it's it's a service that can have almost unlimited demand, but there is limited supply. And when you crank up the demand, you're going to get a lower quality of service out of it. So, yeah, there's a problem there. Yeah, let me know when the ads are over. You probably can't hear this.
The Rice Shogun said,
Yo!
"Oh boy, Tilda."
Shogun, how you doing, man? Yeah, I've started really late today. I intended to get started at 7 o'clock,
The
around
Rice
then.
Shogun said, "Guess who just booked tickets for a solo trip to Japan?"
Ooh, nice, man. Yeah, you're going to enjoy that. I've done one solo trip there and I loved it.
Ola King Intense.
Hey, Duke, how you doing, man? Yeah, I went solo in 2016 and I loved it, man. I was there for 3 weeks. So I went before that with a friend, and going with other people's cool, but it kind of felt like I was babysitting them a lot of the time. And going solo is just like, you just do whatever you want. It's so relaxing and it's just easier. It's fun going with friends and stuff,
The Rice
but
Shogun
yeah.
said, "Man, I need to think of accommodation."
Yeah. See, I was lucky. When I went there, we had the golden era of
YouTube
Airbnb.
said, "So, that hole, the government came out with a proposal to the feds. Keeping in mind federal monies are 50 states' monies. They said, we want universal healthcare for all, in Cali only. This plan will cost 350 million United States dollars per year. The state taxpayers are willing to put up 150 M of that.
Yeah, so they just wanted
We
federal
expect
money
the
for their
federal
own people.
government to put up the rest."
And then they'll be
Every
like,
year.
oh, well, California's got a big economy, we can afford it. All right, then pay for it yourself, dude. Don't start taking money from Ohio and Utah to pay for your own thing. But yeah, I was saying, Airbnb was like, it was the best back then. Like, this is before they brought in all the changes, like the exit signs and all that.
DBZ said, "Doing solo trips where you want to go for your own, like specific places, I would rather go alone instead, as you may not be able to do what you want to do if you go with others."
Exactly.
YouTube Play said, "Yeah, like, complete loon bags." The Rice Shogun said, "Book Anna mixed
Ooh,
fare.
you're flying a good
IDK
flight,
how
a
that
good
will
company
be, but
too.
It's a direct flight for 1840 oars."
Oh man, that's a lot. I mean, when I went, the prices were so much cheaper. Like Jetstar would do like return trips to Melbourne, and it was less than $1,000. It was like $900.
"I mean, Cali contributes like 60% of the US federal taxes or something insane like that. So they're just asking for something back for what they pay." Duke_DBZ said, "Rice, do you speak Japanese? But really the entire USA should have health."
They should
The Rice
have,
Shogun
but
said,
they don't.
No.
Because they've got a really corrupt insurance system over there. I mean, you just look at the price of drugs in the US compared to other countries, and you can see, like, someone's getting rorted, man. Someone's just jacking up the price so that these companies can profit. So they've got all sorts of problems. Yeah, man, so where are you going to stay? Are you going to stay Tokyo, or are you going to go check out, say, Osaka, Kyoto area? Or even more off, like, away from those sections, like Hokkaido or down south? Fukuoka. I always forget the name of that one. But yeah, those other places. Oh, and when are you going? Like what season? Don't have to give me exact dates, but the season matters. Because you can go during autumn when you've got like really good leaves.
"Just use Peter when you were in Tokyo as a guide and then Benji West in Osaka."
Oh man, people got their own lives. It's like Luke says, like people turn up, but you got to give them like a forewarning. You got to let them know, hey, I'm going to be here around this time, because people got their lives, they've got things to do.
The Rice Shogun
Oh, you're just
said,
going next month
to cover my forced annual leave."
Ooh, that's a good time. That's when I usually went. I usually went when the Japanese Grand Prix was on, which was, September. So we'd go September, or yeah, the start of September, and then I'd stay sort of till the end of October, which was annoying because then you have Halloween coming
That's
up.
why the prices are so.
Yeah, it's expensive this time of the year. More towards Christmas, it's cheaper. But this is a good time to go because they have nice weather.
DBZ said, no wonder the flight was expensive.
It'll still be quite hot though. Even when I was there, like October was still, you'd still get like some 25, 26 degree days. And when you're just out and about walking, like it's...
DBZ said, it is good weather to IP.
Let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of this sweaty man for a second. So things look a little nicer. I forget what you guys see half the time. There we go.
The Rice Shogun said, I
That's
need
better.
to experience the difference between our hot weather and there.
Well, theirs is just way more humid.
Duke_DVZ said, he looks kawaii though intense.
Well, that's from a
The
video.
Rice Shogun
Is
said, sorry to interrupt the video, mate.
No, that's fine, man. I wrapped up that other video, so it worked out fine. But yeah, this one was a day in the life of a Chinese cargo driver. But that thumbnail image, or whatever this first frame is absolutely horrible. So I didn't realise it. Because I don't get to see the preview of what the stream is, but I did remember. I'm like, oh no, hang on. There's just this shirtless, sweaty man there. So yeah, let's fix that. But yeah, next month, it'll still be quite warm. And the leaves won't have changed yet, but it's still a good time to go because the weather will be good. And it's quite easy to get around. And it's not as hot. It's not as hot as like the thick of summer. So it's starting to cool down. And you'll have skipped the rainy season. So it should just be like nice weather. So yeah, you've actually chosen a pretty good time to go. Oh, you can still get sunburned.
DVZ said, the sun doesn't burn your skin like how it does in the US, right? In Japan, right?
Yeah, you can still get like burned over there. I had to buy some sunscreen while I was up there. But yeah, it's not as like rapid as down here. Like you're out in the sun here in like summer, whenever. Say Tassie, 20 minutes, you'll get burned. Melbourne, you've got maybe 25, half an hour before you'll start to get burned. And it's not so bad the further you go north.
Ozzy Danny said, we will go in August. I'm belatedly worried about this.
Now, August is a good time to go. If it's towards the end of August. Because the rainy season's usually wrapped up by then. The worst of summer's already over by then. And then you're just starting to get like into the cooler autumn weather. But autumn doesn't really start kicking in until mid-October. Mid towards the end of October. That's like the leafy season. That's when you get all the nice colours and stuff. And that's a really good time to go as well. Or it used to be, because you could go for that, and then you'd also have Halloween, and then you get like all the limited time goods
like
to change.
The US sun is different than Indian sun. A US sun makes me feel that my skin will peel off. In India, never have this feeling. I get itchy in the heat in a US, not in India.
Yeah, it's funny that like, in different places you go have different sunlight. Like the light from the sun looks different. And it's just the climate and the temperature and the humidity and it all plays a factor in that. But yeah, I was meant to start way earlier today. I was going to start at 7 and yeah, I had to have dinner because it's my dad's 70th birthday. And I got him a nice bottle of whiskey. I got him this Japanese whiskey and it's called Tenjaku whiskey. So it's like the kanji for heaven. And then Jaku, and apparently it's like some sort of bird in Japan. But they brew it near Mount Fuji.
Said, how was the fancy place?
Ah, we haven't gone there yet. I'll be going to the restaurant tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Today was just, yeah, birthday at home, and then tomorrow, like, we're having people come meet us and catch up with us.
Ozzy Danny said, I failed to feel the sun in Victoria. I had the no sun depression thing for like 2 to 3 years of the 5 there.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually overcast here.
Duke_DVZ said, I thought that was tonight.
Nah, I thought it was as well. But no, today is just stay home, and then tomorrow people are coming over. And we're having lunch with them all, so that'll be good. And I'm probably going to be the youngest person at the table by far, because it's my parents, and it's my mum's sister.
Said, I am having that right now.
My mum's older sister and her partner. It's probably the neighbours, and it's my dad's friends, and everyone's got a good 30, 40 years on me, so I don't know, I'll find something to talk about to them. We'll see if there's anything relatable. But yeah, it should be fine. The restaurant we're going to is nice. They have really good food. I'm stuffed today. I had dinner, and then I wasn't feeling good, so I waited a bit longer before I could start the stream. I got everything set up, and I still wasn't feeling good.
DDZ said, no cousins left in the circle and no grandchildren or doggos.
Oh, we got plenty of cousins, man, but they're all over the place. I've got cousins that have moved down to Tasmania, so they're down there. I've got like cousins from my mum's older sister, but we don't have much to do with them. They're just off living their own lives. And then my dad's side of the family, like cousins everywhere.
The UV equals 0 thing is a thing.
Yeah, you just got to get really strong UV protection down here. That's why I don't ride my bike in the sun. I can get away with it at the moment. I can ride around like 3 o'clock because we're basically in the middle of winter, sort of, and the sun's not that strong. But if I try that in summer, like, I'll get cooked. So I usually wait like maybe an hour before sunset, and then it's not so bad. But yeah, just gotta play it a bit smart.
The Rice Shogun said, true that.
Oh no, we feel it.
Said, no, I meant Victoria UV is absent.
The further south in Australia you go, the stronger, the closer to the ozone hole you get.
Said, yeah, now I always feel like I'm dying when riding in the summer.
But that's because you're from Queensland as well, right?
Said,
so
doesn't have the happy vitamin.
Yeah, if you're in Queensland, like, you're used to like a lot more sun than us. You know, it's the golden state, sunny state. We're just overcast all the time, and then when you get a bit of sun, it roasts you. It's just how it is. Yeah, so riding in summer, like if it's over 26 degrees, I won't really cycle that much. I'll wait till it cools off. But then if you go sort of as the sun's going down, it cools off anyway, so it's fine.
DDZ said, now my skin didn't burn in Sydney 20 degrees. Melbourne, if it crosses 17, it burns.
Yeah, the UV down here gets savage. Like, we have UV warnings. I've got them on my phone every day.
The Rice Shogun said, nah, New South Wales, I'm thankful some people in the neighbourhood are generous to offer a bottle of water during the season.
Yeah, and you'll get, like, the public park taps and stuff, too. You can grab them all over the place. Have you been to Japan before, or is this your first time? Because if it's your first time, you're in for a treat, man. You're going to love it.
Ozigani said, I didn't burn in Victoria, and my hair went darker.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have, like, really bright brown hair when I was a kid, just because I was out in the sun so much. And now I'm inside so much, I'm, like, pasty white and my hair's, like, darker, so it's just how it happens. Oh, I made a few changes to my setup today. Like, the other day, the microphone went flat. And I'm like, that's weird. It's meant to have 30 hours of battery life on it. And I just had to quickly change things around and use the other microphone that the camera comes with. So now I've got that plugged into a charger, so it should just be working all the time. And I found an extra little setting that I can do.
Said, and I had to work hard to convince a GP that my mole changing was bad and it needed to be tested.
Yeah, you don't want to muck about with that stuff like melanoma. We do have some of the best melanoma clinics in the world down here, or just in Australia in general. But also we have the highest rates of skin cancer in the world, so they go hand in hand. Basically, just play it safe and stay inside. One of my friends, they went, where did they go?
The Rice Shogun said, I did with my nephew after his high school graduation. Went through 7 cities within 2 weeks.
Oh, sweet. That's quick.
Danny said, they sent me to a specialist from New South Wales who was like, yeah, bad. He tested it. It starved to death from lack of UV. KEKW.
But yeah, doing 7 cities in 2 weeks is, that's like rushing through the cities. Now you'll be able to take your time and like check things out at your own pace. And yeah, you'll enjoy that a lot more. Where is that like hippie city in New South Wales where they have all the music festivals, or they used to have all the music festivals? My friends went there and one of the guys fell asleep on the beach and he got roasted.
Most was 3 days at max.
Yeah, 3 days tops in the cities. Sometimes you can get enough done. Like Nagoya, you can get everything done in 3 days. But other places, like, you'll want more time. Like Tokyo, each time I was there, I spent 2 weeks in Tokyo, and it wasn't enough time.
The Rice Shogun said, Olympic Park or more park. Ozidani said, near Queensland border. Where else would New South Wales store their most hippies?
I can't remember the name of it. There's this town that everybody goes to. You get like, there's all the stoners and stuff that live there, and they have a lot of music festivals. And yeah, they went there for a holiday, and one of the guys, like pasty white dude, he just fell asleep on the beach. And he got like 2nd or 3rd degree burns and had to go to the hospital. Byron, yeah, that's it, Byron Bay. Yeah, so he got absolutely roasted. And now for the rest of his life, he's got a really high chance of getting skin cancer. So it's no joke. You want to be really careful with this. And like, he did this when he was 19. So young, naive. Like, I don't know why he didn't put sunscreen on, but hey, he's now he's got a problem for the rest of his life.
So said, I haven't been there, hey.
Yeah, Byron Bay. What was the huge music festival that they used to have there? It was like a Triple J thing or something like that. Oh man, my brain's cooked. I can't think tonight. Usually I stream before I eat dinner, and then my brain's working pretty good.
Said,
after dinner, I'm no good.
Like an hour or two south of Brisbane.
No, not Blues. You know what? I'll just Google
Blues
that.
Fest.
Hang on, we'll just go music festival by.
The Rice Shogun said.
It was a huge one.
Ozzy Danny said, Byron Bay Blues Fest.
I think they even cancelled it. Maybe they changed the name of it? So there's Blues Fest, that's not it. There was another, like a really big one. And they used to promote it on Triple J all the time.
Ozzy Danny said.
This is years ago though.
It's Blues.
It wasn't Blues Fest. They had a different name like 10 years ago. Hang on, so if I'd search up like, I don't know, 2015. See if I can bring it up.
The Rice Shogun said, there's the Good
Blues
Things
Fest,
Festival I'm going to. Might be that one.
I think they renamed it to Blues Fest, but it had a different name before that. Maybe if I search up like 2010, it'll come up. See, now I'm showing my age. This is like back when it happened. They actually, people couldn't even get tickets to it. It's not Blues Fest. I don't know, I'm going to have to look this up offline. This is one of those things that's going to be eaten away at me until I figure it out. But they had a massive fest. Splendor in the grass. That's what it was.
Duke_DBZ said, did you read that article that first bullet train to be ready in a US guess when? 2040, 24 years. Wow, that's so fast. Sarcasm intended.
Yeah, they'll pick it up from like a hard off. They'll just be like a bullet train sitting there and they'll just grab it and use it.
East Coast Annual Blues Festival, later renamed the East Coast International Blues and Roots Music Festival.
Yeah, that's the more new one. I was talking Splendor in the Grass. That was a huge festival back in the day.
From Sydney to Newcastle, though.
Oh, we're not going to get a high-speed rail link for ages. It doesn't really make sense in a lot of places. High-speed rail makes sense when you're not too far from city to city.
Danny said, Blues Fest is not new.
Like, you can fly from Melbourne to Sydney, and the flight itself is about half an hour. You know, but then you got to factor in all the airport stuff and all that.
Said, and it's way more known than Splendor.
Yeah, I guess yeah, but I was talking like, you know, people that were my age at the time. Like, Splendor in the Grass was the big event in Byron. Blues Fest, I have never even heard of until today. So that just shows how
old man.
Oh yeah, that just shows how out of touch I am. I wanted to go to Splendor, but yeah, I decided against it. I needed to save my money for other things, so it's just how it was. I should have gone. It would have been fun. It seemed like a really good trip. But I didn't go because I didn't know the guys that well.
AUS needs more trains and more towns which can depopulate cities to create more opportunities.
No, you can't just shove population in a place and have opportunities. It doesn't work like that.
Blues and Roots one.
You need industry.
I like roots music.
And industry is based on resources. So you have your resources, and you have people that extract and work on those resources, and then you've got people that transform those resources into other things. You can't just dump population in a place and expect things to happen. Then the resources get spread more thinly amongst all the people that are there. So that doesn't really work out too crash. I'm still looking at that like half-naked dude with the sweaty chest. I'm going to find something else to bring up. He'll make me feel sick again. All right, let's find
Duke_DBZ said, didn't that happen to a US in the start?
Well, in the US at the start, they had a massive country and very few people.
The COVID work from home.
But it's just how the economies work. Like, unless you have the resources initially, like you could take like a bunch of people in Australia and just dump them in the middle of the desert. And like, what are they going to do? There's no resources, nothing to do there.
Cat is rubbing my leg usually means he wants food.
Yeah, he's not being too subtle. Our dogs get a bit like that. They go psycho at the end of the day when it's about time to have dinner. And they let you know. Hang on a sec.
Text-to-speech disabled.
Oh, I've had an idea. So for my bike streams, since I've started recording these and turning them into videos, doing the bike stream, was it like 3 days ago? It felt like, not like a waste, but it didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it once the stream ended. So I've had a good idea actually. My Game Boy camera, I'm going to start bringing it with me on the bike streams. And I'm going to start taking photos of it, and I can turn the whole process of me taking photos with like a very restrictive camera into video footage for a YouTube video. And I'm looking forward to doing that. And then I've also got photos that I can edit. So I might be able to do some photo editing streams and then like record that too, and then just get it all into a nice big video. And then I can also bring my DSLR along, or like the cheaper one that I've got, so I'm not carrying around thousands of dollars. So that's one idea that I've had. I'm kind of looking forward to doing it. So the next bike stream, I'll probably try that. And I had to check, I've got this little pouch on my bike, and I wanted to make sure that it fits in there, the Game Boy camera, and it does, it fits perfectly, so we should be good there. There we go, sorry, I didn't want to cut you guys off, I just wanted to get that out.
The Rice Shogun said, hopefully it's stable.
As in, I won't be using it to stream. Like, it won't be going through the Game Boy camera. I'll have my phone on my chest like normal, and I'll be taking photos with it around town. And the whole premise is, like, when you have a limitation in place, it forces more creativity. Yeah, so having a really cut back, restricted camera, it basically forces you to be even more creative with your shots. Because you can't rely, like it has no color, right? So you can't rely on pretty colors. You're basically shooting black and white. You've got a fixed focal length. And I actually don't know what it is. It's probably like 35 mil, something like that. But you can't zoom in and out. You can't get compression. You have no bokeh. There's no background blur. So you can't cheat and use that to get nice photos. So the whole thing is set up so that you're forced to work really hard to get a nice photo. And that's the whole premise that I'm going to have going into making that video. And then later on I can use my other cameras. I could use this one, which is my nice camera, my Canon 90D. Or I could use my 1300D. And there's not really that big a difference between the two. You'd think there would be a lot more, but it's more features rather than quality. So I don't mind using the other one either, that'll be good. But yeah, I reckon that'll be fun. And then that lets me do a whole bunch of like camera related videos for my YouTube channel. Hang on, we'll bring it up. So this is the bad thing about using this app. It's a bit slower to change scenes and stuff. And then I've got to start this thing again. Hang on. Stop. Start. It should come up in a sec. Are we there yet? There we go. And I'm going to use this channel here as more like... This isn't going to be the one that I focus on and put a ton of effort into in growing. It's more going to be just personal videos that I don't really have another place to put. And then my main channel, Tune Central, this one up here, that will be the one that I put a lot of effort into. So I don't mind doing like a whole bunch of various different niches and stuff and putting them here. It's more like a creative outlet than anything else. And I'm looking forward to that. And actually, one of these videos is doing really good. This one down here, it's actually, yeah, 3.4 thousand views now, for some reason. So, I don't know why that one's popped off, but I need to do another video kind of like this soon. So, that brings me to, not this, not this guy, not the half-naked, chesty, was he? He's like a truck driver? No, we got this one instead. Hold up. We've got Jess and Dave.
Melbourne
and yeah, they're documenting their holiday in Melbourne. So, I don't know where they're from. I briefly heard her accent. It sounded North American, so she's either from the USA or Canada. But, you know, I'm a Melbourne local, so it'll be interesting to see how these people...
said, nice.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these people tackle like a holiday in Melbourne, what sort of stuff they're interested in, and where they go, and what they see.
Text-to-speech disabled.
Because I always thought, if you come to Melbourne and you spend your whole time in Melbourne, it's kind of a waste. Like all the best stuff is outside of Melbourne. Like you got the Great Ocean Road to the west, which is awesome. Go that way. Or you could go to the northeast and hit up Healdsville and all the wineries and stuff. Or you come out this way near Phillip Island. And then we've got all these amazing national parks like Wilson's Promontory and the Grampians and all that. So everything cool in Melbourne is actually like, it's not in Melbourne, it's outside of Melbourne. But a lot of people just, yeah, they come here, they spend 2 or 3 days in the city, and that's their holiday. So I want to see how Jess and Dave spend their time in my city. So, let's get stuck into it.
Melbourne claims to have Australia's best food, best coffee, best stadium, and maybe even the title of Australia's
3 of those things are
best
correct.
city. And we've got just 48
I can already
hours to
tell
decide
where
whether
that
it
is. So that's one of the
actually
things I'd
deserves the hype.
say is
To
worth
give it a
doing.
fair shot,
This is in the Yarra Valley, and they do hot air balloon tours early in the morning, and they land in the fields or whatever. And my cousins, when they came from Germany, they went and did this, and they loved it. It was really good. And the guys that run it do a really good job. They're very professional, and everything runs on time, and they make sure that the people there, you know, well fed and have a really good experience. So I can already tell that they're, you know, these little day trips, that's what makes the holiday good.
I've chosen 3 wildly different experiences. Hot air ballooning over the Yarra Valley,
Who's
eating our
playing?
way through Melbourne's laneways and
It
markets,
looks like-
and taking in a game
It's like
at the
Richmond
iconic
and
MCG.
West Coast.
Eating our way through Melbourne's
I think that's West
laneways
Coast,
and
that's the
markets,
Eagles, right?
And taking in a
Or
game.
maybe, yeah, West Coast and Richmond. And that's at the MCG by the looks of it. Yeah.
Game at the iconic MCG. Will that be enough to sell us on Melbourne, or will we
We're
head
being
home
compared to
convince
Brizzy.
Brisbane
That's
is
a
better
tough
city?
choice.
Let's find out.
Oh, you're saying we don't have the best coffee? Look, I'm not a coffee person, but even I know all the Italian immigrants that we have make the best coffee, and they're in Melbourne. Hands down. You go to, where is it? Oh, I've forgotten the name. It's not Leichhardt Street. There's another one in Carlton. And yeah, they have really good food there. Lots of Italian stuff. Agree to disagree, but I would say that ours is superior. Yeah, if you've got Starbucks, you definitely don't have good coffee. See, Starbucks couldn't get their feet in down here because our local coffee places are so good.
We've arrived at the Yarra Valley. It is 10 to 7 right now, and I think it's about 5 degrees.
You've been going to the wrong places, Danny.
So cold, so cold. We've definitely layered up. They've been making quick work of getting this balloon set up. The basket is so much larger than I was expecting it to be. I mean, I guess we're fitting about 20 people in it, but I don't
Because
know. I
we've
just
got an
expected it
entire
to be so
generation
much
of people
smaller,
my
so it's
age
going
that couldn't get jobs and became coffee baristas. And they've poured their hearts and souls into just doing good coffee. And that started like 2010, 2009-ish. And it's paid dividends ever since. So I would say that we easily have some of the best coffee baristas in all of Australia down here.
be interesting. They did a little demonstration of how we're supposed to get into the basket.
You can see how early
and
this is.
Again,
This would be hell to do if you had a
We'll see how this
hotel
is
in
going to
Melbourne,
go.
because you would have to get up at like 2 in the morning just to get here, and you're just going to be wrecked for the rest of the day. You're better off getting an Airbnb in the area, or a bed and breakfast. That would be a better option.
I'm already getting nervous.
Yeah, Gloria Jean's is even better than Starbucks.
One of our guides came and grabbed us and asked if we wanted to come and see the balloon from this side.
Yeah, they're huge.
And it's absolutely massive.
It's huge.
Like-
When you see it at a distance, you never really understand how big it is, but it's massive.
It's a when they get the flame going.
Yeah, and then the
it sounds
flame
like
thing's
thunder.
like just above your
It's
head
really, really loud.
when you're in it.
But now it looks like the balloon's just about to start rising, and as soon as the basket flips
This
up
would be
and
really
over, you
early.
have to go in.
This would be like
Hop
4 in the
really
morning.
quick.
About
So we're
then.
gonna head back.
Yeah.
These guys, they'll drive you there in their troopy. It's got a bunch of seats in the back. They run a really good outfit. So if you come to Melbourne, Victoria, this is high on the list of things to do. And then you're near Hillsville Sanctuary as well. If you want to see native Australian animals, also highly recommended. And none of this happens in Melbourne. This is all like an hour and a half, 2 hours from the city. Are they up? No, not yet.
We're still tied up, but we're just about to take off, I think. There's already a couple of other balloons in the air.
And it gets cold up there too.
Really
So they got the right idea by chucking on the hoodies and beanies and
ground.
everything.
How weird that's going to feel.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous as well.
And they're up.
Oh no, why are we doing this?
And the cool thing is, unlike other forms of air transport, this is basically entirely silent. So you can hear everything. It's a very different experience to like getting a scenic flight in a helicopter or like a light aircraft. They got lucky. Nice foggy morning. And then as the sun comes up, all that fog just clears away and you get even better views. And I think when they land, they get like breakfast and stuff. Or maybe they do that beforehand, but I'm pretty sure they do it after you land. Yeah, the Yarra Valley is a really nice place. There's mostly just wineries, like vineyards. So that's towards the east, so that's like the Mount Dandenong side of everything.
How are you feeling about this so far?
It's been pretty good, actually. I think the pilot driver was unhappy that it's so foggy, but I think the fog actually.
Yeah, he doesn't like the fog because it makes it harder to land.
Be good. I really enjoyed it so far. Yeah, no.
Not even 2 minutes ago, we were down inside of the cloud.
And now we're 300-400
Oh wow, they must have got a really clear
And we
day.
can see Melbourne CBD from here.
Yeah, so that's what.
So I can't see anything.
Yeah.
They do these over the CBD as well. And sometimes there's like one that looks like a house.
When we land,
No worries, man, you have a good one.
Our legs will be bent a little bit.
Get your trip planned. You got a lot of stuff to
Not
do.
like this, holding on. All
Check it out, they're in line. That's cool. Is that like the Nova one, or is that Mix FM? I can't remember. It looks like the Nova mascot on that balloon.
Coming in for a landing at any moment.
Yeah, this is why they don't like the fog, because they can't see where they're landing or where they're going.
Just chill out.
We've officially landed.
We were up in the air once.
Yeah, the one near the city, and they kind of land in a few different spots.
It wasn't bad though. So they build up the whole landing, which is for the best because I mean you want to be safe. But when they hit down,
Nah, these dudes are pretty good pilots.
it's, you know,
No, you're expecting it to like hit and then bounce a bunch of times, but very slow motion is what it felt like.
yeah, no drama.
You gotta rip out all the hot air and pack it up. Oh yeah, and they get everyone to help pack it up. That's a good idea. Free labour. Keep the costs down. I'll just drag it on. Okay, that's a huge basket. Alright, now this is very different. This is inner Melbourne. All the little laneways, all the little coffee areas.
We're walking
This would be
from
another
our
day.
hotel now to the laneways. I've heard nothing but good things, and so many people have recommended that we have to see the laneways.
You hear that? She's actually
while we're in
saying Melbourne
We
correctly.
haven't done a whole lot of looking up what those. I've heard nothing but good things, and so many people have recommended.
Yeah, see,
that
most
we have to
people,
see the
Americans, they'll call it
laneways while we're
Melbourne.
in Melbourne.
And you
We
know
haven't done
right away, anyone who says that, like, nah, you're getting it wrong, man. You're not from here. And even some locals, it takes them all. It's Melbourne. You almost just like cramming the whole word together. You barely got room for vowels.
A whole lot of looking up what those entail. I know Brisbane in Fortitude Valley has some that we visited, but
This
they were
video,
very, very
I believe,
small.
is fairly
so
recent.
I'm expecting big
It's like
things.
from
We thought we'd stop along the
2
way
days
and
ago
get
or
some
something.
coffee.
How old is this? Let me scroll down it. Hang on, I gotta go down here. Why won't it let me scroll? There we go. Yeah, 11 days ago, man. So these are current prices. Unless they filmed this like a long time ago. Well, what's a coffee go for these days? Probably like $5-6. Cheap stuff, like $4.50-ish.
Coffee, and then hopefully in the next couple of days we can truthfully find out if Melbourne or if Brisbane has the best coffee. I mean, it's from a very popular location, but I would say this is probably on par with some of the best flat whites I've had so far. Maybe this is what all coffee is going to be like in
Lygon
Melbourne moving
Street.
forward, but my expectations
Lygon
are
Street is
very
where you'll
high,
find some really
and
good
so
coffees
far,
as well.
Pretty good.
Because that's a heavily Italian settled area. And they've got all their restaurants there. So if you ever want really good Italian food, go to Lygon Street. You ever want really good coffees, go to Lygon Street. It's in Carlton. Might go a little faster. Oh, that's the one with all the graffiti.
We just finished checking out a couple of the different laneways, and they're kind of interesting, and I feel like people should let me know in the comments if this is true. It feels very commercial. It feels like it's only built for tourists, which, I mean, we
$7
went
for
there because we
coffee.
heard about it. And a lot of the businesses that are there don't necessarily feel like they're like a small startup. My suspicion is that at one point the laneways were like really cool and all these like small brands, and now it's kind of
Oh, that
completely
sucks, because it used to
commercialized, and
be
now they're all
just a
big
whole bunch of
brands.
small
And we checked out
independent
a couple of
operators
different
running
places to
all these
eat.
little like coffee shops and cafes. And it seems they've gotten so popular, I guess some of those guys have just sold off and, you know, they've cashed out. So they're basically killing the golden goose there. They shouldn't be doing that.
Because we wanted to stop off and try something interesting and new and eat in a laneway, and the food cost was massive.
I'm just jumping in to say that I fully agree with what
Wouldn't call
Dave
that
said.
art.
It's cool to see, the art was nice, and it was, you know, kind of cute with all the little shops.
I think if you're coming to Melbourne, you know, you can swing by, take a look. Yeah.
Where's
wouldn't go back.
this? It's like the north end of the city. Or maybe the western side of it. Oh, sweet.
Good morning. It's our
Queen
second
Vic.
morning in Melbourne, and we're going to the Queen Victoria Market this morning. We are heading to an AFL game
Queen
this
Vic Market's
afternoon,
good. Go
so
there
we
on an
don't
empty
have,
stomach.
like a
Because
crazy
you're going
ton
to
of
stuff
time
your
for it.
face. You're going to get some nice stuff to drink. Don't ever go there after already eating. It would be a complete and utter waste. And it's usually best like summer afternoons, or like sometimes they do like the late night markets as well. They have like some really cool stuff there. But yeah, I'd say it's worth a look. I mean, it's in the area. Like, it's very easy to get to. You can just get a tram that goes straight there. Should be free. And yeah, just spend a couple of hours and head back to your hotel.
We're gonna have like a solid hour.
Yeah.
And I looked some stuff up online. Being gluten-free, I kind of need to scope out in advance,
Yeah, they're
which
just
makes it easier.
they're going to the
And
big
I'm
ticket
pretty
places,
excited
dude.
for some of the food items that we are going to find here. I know there's one thing in particular Dave is going to be very happy about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, on that other video, so all these little buildings here, these like real skinny ones, these are those Chinese like apartment ones that they've thrown up. And hardly anyone lives in these places. Like, there's another one. And they've completely changed the skyline of the city. It looked very different, like, just 10 years ago. They've built all these, residential buildings, and like that other one in LA, I doubt that they've made a profit on it. I reckon they've made a loss on a lot of these. Also, Queen Vic Market is built on top of an old cemetery. So apparently, at night, it does get a little bit haunted. But that's only if you believe in that sort of thing.
I feel like we entered the market at the perfect spot.
Yeah.
It's where all the food is. So
It looks
I think
empty.
First things
It's like
first,
there's no one
we're gonna
there.
grab some coffee and then try and find something to eat.
That's
I
why.
think this place just opened as well, so there's not.
Nah, 9 in the morning's way too early.
Exactly at 9 in the morning.
Yes.
You want to go when there's
On
actually a bit of action now, otherwise you're not getting the full experience. You know, go midday, go in the afternoon. Afternoon is probably the best time to go. Between meals, just a good time to like get a couple snacks into you and enjoy the place.
They actually opened at 6 a.m. yesterday. Today, everyone sleeps in a little bit, I guess.
And so many cool places.
There's so many like food trucks on one side, and then the other side has more like permanent stalls, I
There is
guess.
a lot of good stuff there.
Oh, it all looks so good.
My mouth just watered as we walked past this place. Cora walked.
Yeah, Flinders Street's a lot simpler.
Really good.
Was it like 12 platforms, maybe 14
Let's go find
tops?
some coffee.
All right.
Well, let's have a look at the prices. Hot chocolate, $6. Chai tea, $6. Cold brew, $8. Small coffee, $6. These are tourist prices. You'll pay a little less if you go to other places, but yeah, that's about right. I mean, $12 for a toasty, dude. There's no way I'd be paying that. That's a rip-off. Watch out, Danny. She likes the coffee.
We're able to find some coffee, which is really nice. Since then, we've just
not
been
that
walking around the
big.
market. It is so massive. There's so much to see. We're right now in a shipping container section,
It's called String Bean Alley.
String Bean Alley. There's like plant shops and clothing and street photography. It's really cool. We've done quite a few.
Yeah,
markets in
$6.50.
Brisbane, but I would say
Like I
this
said, tourist
market
prices.
in Melbourne is the most impressive market we've been to, even
Yeah.
more so than the one in Sydney.
There's just so many different things to look at.
Yeah, a
here.
lot of
I
little
don't know,
touristy
I
trap
feel like we could
places there
spend
too.
half a day here just wandering around.
Yeah.
I've already been sad about not being able to buy produce because obviously
So,
we're leaving
when I was a
Melbourne tomorrow
kid,
to fly back to
my
Brisbane,
grandma was in hospital. She had what was it, like emphysema? And had problems. Anyway, her sister, like great aunt, came over to Australia to take care of her. And when she went home, she went to Vic Market, bought a bunch of meat, and she wanted to fly back to Germany with the meat in her suitcase. And we all told her, like, you're nuts. Don't do this. And yeah, she ended up having to chuck it away at the airport because who's going to let you just bring raw meat on a flight? Good job.
doesn't really make sense. Ooh,
And there's a plant.
No, it's not legal.
Container right next
You
to us.
can't. It'd be
But of course
rancid
you
by the
can't
time
buy
you get
plants
there.
because we're leaving Australia.
yeah, if you didn't see our video from last week yet, we are leaving Australia for good, unfortunately.
Does that mean
hopefully
that
we'll be back
they've
at some
been
point. But
like
it
on a
means I
working
can't buy all the
holiday here or
plants
something,
and
or is this just the end of their trip? Because they've got the not the local dialects, but they're pronouncing, you know, the local places and stuff, everything correctly. So they're not giving off like just arrived tourist vibes.
Little guys. Gotta walk away. We're walking away.
We're gonna keep exploring and hopefully we can find some food shortly. Well, I mean, there's
Yes.
tons of food here. We
Oh,
found
yeah,
it,
there's-
but we have to commit to something.
Yes.
Yeah, the donut truck's always good. These guys probably charge a lot. Usually these, you see them on the side of the road and they're dirt cheap. Hot jam donut, that's what you want to get.
Perfect, thank you. So after a long wait, 30, 40 minutes, we finally got some donuts.
This is apparently the
Jesus.
place to get them. The line
I wouldn't wait half an
was
hour for a
incredibly
donut.
long. Sometimes lines can be misleading.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
This is not a misleading line.
I don't think this is going to be a misleading line.
Yeah,
Didn't
they're
realize right away 'cause
tourist
just
priced.
wasn't paying attention, but you can actually also just place an order online. They had a QR code, and then you just pick a time to come and pick them up. It's like a 15-minute window, and they were basically having them ready
These
for you
little
like 20
donut
minutes out
trucks,
from when you went
they
to
used to
order.
be
So,
everywhere.
yeah,
You'd see them on the weekends as well. But like most football matches, you'd have like one of these guys there, and a lot of like, not Dunkin' Donuts, what was the other one that we had? I can't remember the name of it. But there's a donut place, and what was it called? I don't know. I'll fix this in editing. I'll search it up and remember it. But yeah, they were like dirt cheap, and I don't think they're going to be that much better quality than these because it's just dough, sugar, and it's deep fried. Like, how can you mix that up? No, not Daniel Donuts. It's like a big chain.
If you're coming,
order them online, go and walk around a bit, and then come back to pick up your donuts because...
Oh, hard left.
Oh, hard left. Because yeah, we spent a lot of time doing that, and we're now very behind schedule for getting to the
See,
AFL
going to an
game. We still
AFL
have lots
game,
of time
I
to do
would
it, but-
recommend that only if you're into sports. So if you're already like, say you're into hockey or you're into like American football or soccer, then go to an AFL game. If you don't care about sports, you won't enjoy it. It's a bit of a waste of time. No, not Krispy Kreme. That's the American one. Donut King.
We have things
it's
to
called
do.
Donut
So
King.
now we are just looking for a bratwurst place to get me something to eat, maybe Dave something to eat, and then we got to eat and walk so we can get where we're going.
Oh, they look good. Them some good sausages.
Well, at least that was really quick.
That was.
I mean, if it's free, yeah.
The initial goal was Jess was going to go get herself a bratwurst on a gluten-free bun, and then I saw them, and I had to get one myself.
Yeah. So the donuts are now in your backpack.
I haven't had one yet, but they're warm, and I have a feeling.
Yeah, the jam inside the donuts will burn your tongue.
Yeah.
So just
as good.
Take your time with that. Be
In a few
careful.
minutes. But now we're quickly walking back to our hotel so that we can get ready for the AFL game at the MCG. We're
Take them about
schedule, but that
15
Even though we've
minutes,
got
20
food
minutes,
here
get to the
too, I
MCG
feel
from
like
there.
we're still going to have to get something to snack on.
It's not too
at
hard.
The game.
Or like 5 minutes by
Try not to
taxi.
get run over. When I said earlier that I felt like you could spend half a day here, I was kind of just being dramatic, but I actually do think if you wanted to spend time and actually go through and see all the stalls and do some shopping, I do think you could spend like 6 hours here.
Oh yeah.
We've already been here for 2. All right, we really meant it. We don't have time to stop. So this is gonna be an eat and walk situation. First impression though, that gluten-free bun is so soft. I have a feeling it's going to stay together as I eat it, which is really exciting.
Yeah, that's a good
And
topping.
just quickly, I got onions, sauerkraut, and mustard on it.
There used to be this amazing hot dog place at Knox City, my local
my
shopping
God.
centre, when I was in Scoresby. And I still wish I could find who ran that, because they had the best hot dogs I've ever had. They're all bratwurst, just like this, and you have like the cheese crunskies, and they put sauerkraut on it, and really good bread. And what they've got is very similar to that, but you know, they're paying the tourist prices, but it looks like they got like a pretty solid piece of meat there, so they're gonna be happy with it. Yeah, sauerkraut's
That's really
great,
good.
and it goes so good with
That is
mustard.
really good. The bratwurst
Just like
is
the
great,
sharpness
the bun
of
is
it.
perfect.
And then you put cheese on it, and the cheese mellows it out.
Really good.
We're almost back at our hotel, but we just finished
I know where
the
that is.
sausage as we walk through the park. Very good.
So good. My bun, I think, actually lasted longer than yours did.
Yeah.
If they're
It didn't fall
walking
apart
to the
at all.
MCG, it's going to take them a
It's
while.
really soft.
So soft.
So if you're ever in the area for a sausage,
We've seen this shot before,
That's the
the
market
reason
for
footage.
So we just made it back to the hotel room. Jess is quickly getting ready to head out for the game, but I have donuts in my backpack still. So just cracked them out. I ended up getting 5 donuts because
So look
they
at the
came in
sugar
individual
falling off of it.
5 or 10.
These things
And,
make such a
I
mess
wasn't
when
sure
you
about the
eat
size
them.
of them. They're
Because not
actually
only do you
larger
get
than
sugar all over everything on your hands, when you bite into it, the sugar goes everywhere. Don't ever eat these in a car. Make sure you're outside. But then when you're done eating them, you've got like really sticky fingers, so you've got to have somewhere to wash them. So eating them in the hotel, actually a good idea.
They look incredible, and I thought I'd have to eat one
the
while they're
jam's
still warm,
great.
and then I'll save the rest for later. Really good donut. Not like the best thing I've ever had. But I think for a $2.50 donut, for the size of them, that's pretty great. And
Yeah, America's got the donut game on us for sure.
I'd recommend it.
We've been talking about the game at the MCG throughout this video.
That'd be an
here's
expensive
a quick
beer at
look
the,
what happened. We had an
MCG.
absolute blast, and the MCG definitely deserves all the hype it gets. But rather than rush through such a big experience here, we've given
Also,
it a
if you
plot
do
thumbs
go
up.
to the MCG,
In the next video,
just
we'll
look
take
up
you
a quick
through-
video on the rules of the game first, so that you've got a rough idea of what's going on. Because otherwise, it's just going to go over your head. A lot of it just won't make sense. But if you've got like a rough idea of the rules, okay, then you can at least enjoy it a bit more. It'll make a lot more sense.
The full match day experience.
Oh, I don't do mushrooms,
and
man,
to
so...
which team we cheered for.
All right, so our subscribers have spoken, and the team we're going to be cheering for today
Looks like
is-
Collingwood. You're going to have to knock a tooth out. If you really want to support them the right way.
So it's the final morning of our trip here in Melbourne. This morning, we don't actually have a lot planned. Over the last 2 days, we've kind of done everything on our list, and our list was not very long. Go to the MCG.
You get the
hot
base
air
rules.
balloon.
Not too bad.
We've done it now. And this morning, we wanted to go to a place called Patricia, which is a very high-rated coffee shop. Patricia is located in exactly what I think the whole alleyway situation should be like here in Melbourne. You had to walk down a street, turn right, walk down another street, and then turn right.
Yeah, it's
next to the
actually an
garbage
alleyway.
bins. That was their door. And then it was just this really tiny place, packed full of people. So really fun. It kind of felt like you were discovering something. On their menu, it just says black, white, and filtered.
That feels like a very
I think it's got
snobby
white,
type of place.
Flat white.
And they got such
I
a
don't know
cut
exactly
down.
why there's only those three options,
cut down
or the
menu.
pricing of it, but that's just what it is. And then another street and 2 alleys later, there was a place called Schmuck's
that was
Bagels,
good.
and they do a really big, beefy bagel. So we thought we'd do coffee from Patricia, breakfast from Schmuck, and what I got was the Polish.
That thing would weigh like a kilo.
Which is just this absolutely massive Polish bagel. I would say this bagel's probably...
He's got half of it. A kilo if you get the whole
kilo.
thing.
It's really, really heavy.
Yeah, that'll fill you up.
And I don't know how I'm supposed to eat it.
Mind you, half a
in
kilo
one
is
bite.
like a double quarter pounder and cheese.
Probably one of the
It's a
best
little bit
bagels
more.
I've ever had. Like turkey and bacon and lettuce and mayo and yeah. You should try some.
So I do know, because I had to look it up, that the coffee situation in Melbourne, they do the white, black, and filtered coffee, and it's just that any coffee that you get that's a white coffee is the same price. So whether it's a flat white, a cappuccino, a latte, it's the same price. I guess it just helps make it easier when you're ringing people up.
Because we're bad at maths.
It's a lot faster.
It's just easier.
It's a really good
White
coffee.
one, it's that
It
price.
kind of has like a chocolatey taste to it almost, the beans they used. I'm a fan. And of course, one really great thing about this Schmuck's bagel place is that they have a gluten-free bagel. And I haven't tried it yet, but just from looking at the bagel itself, it looks really good. It looks good quality. I'm hoping it tastes as good as it looks.
Yeah,
It's like as big as
you're
my
right,
head,
Danny.
Schmuck's.
Because
So
in my whole
hard.
time living in Melbourne, like bagels are quite rare. I don't see them very often. Like once you get out of the city, you kind of got to go out of your way to find them. Normally sandwiches and focaccias, they're more, and like toasted sandwiches and that sort of thing, they're far more common. Whereas bagels, very, yeah, this is more like in a city, in a Melbourne type deal. You get out of there and yeah, just not that common. Yeah, it's normally a focaccia. I mean, focaccias are pretty good too. So you get the ribbed ones where they like really crush and it's got the cheese spilling out the side. Way nicer. Bagel seems like, yeah, they're targeting American tourists with that.
It's good, eh?
Oh my God. No notes. This is absolutely incredible. The vegetables taste super fresh. The bacon, it's more like a back bacon. Oh, it's so much good
Bacon
flavor,
and
and I'm really
turkey.
happy with the turkey.
Hell yeah.
I was really debating between doing a chicken avo and this one here. I'm so happy. Dave had gotten the same one, so I was kind of like, should I get something different? But then I knew I was going to be
David
jealous
dodged a
because
bullet
really
there.
good.
She would have nicked half
I
his
got the
bagel.
same. The gluten-free bagel, so far, I mean, it's only been one bite. It stayed together, so I'm hoping it'll stay together for the rest of the time I'm eating it. Really, really
This
good.
is over 2 days.
After 48 hours of hot air ballooning, eating our way through Melbourne's laneways and markets, and experiencing a game at the iconic
Hold up, where's
MCG,
this taken from?
did Melbourne live up to the hype?
I mean, obviously
It
the
gave us
Yarra.
incredible- at
That's
the
Crown
iconic
Casino.
MCG. Did Melbourne
They're just near Jeff's shed. The exhibition centre is off to the right. and they're sort of standing in like a park there. There used to be a helipad there. They do like tours around the city. I don't think they do that anymore.
But live up to the hype. It gave us incredible
UK
food,
bacon's good, but I'd say ours is pretty good
and
too.
one of the best sporting experiences we've ever had. Whether that makes Melbourne better than Brisbane, we'll let you decide. But one thing is certain, 48 hours barely let us scratch the surface of this city. And we hope we'll get the chance to come back and experience it.
I don't think 2 days in Melbourne is enough.
Us, give the video a
I reckon if say Melbourne is your base of operations, right, like you're gonna have to do at least 1 day trip to one of the really good spots. And if you had to do anything, I would say do Healesville Sanctuary. Because it's kind of like a zoo, but it's all native Australian animals. So you'll see koalas, you'll see emus, you'll see like the native birds, you'll see platypus, echidnas, everything, all the cool stuff's there. Kangaroos. And that is in, well, it's in Healesville, which is near Yarra Glen. And if you're going up there, then you can just, you know, maybe stay a night up there, do some wineries, vineyards, check out the local cafes in that area. You can do the hot air balloons, and then also, yeah, Healesville Sanctuary. And then if you've got extra time, you can go up to Warburton. There's some really nice hikes and stuff up there too. So that to me is more like, that's what living in Australia is like. It's more that sort of area versus, you know, like little coffee shops and stuff in the city. They're two totally different things. So while if you're based in Melbourne out of a hotel, yeah, you'll be hitting up these coffee shops and, you know, all the big like ticket items for tourists to do down there. But make the effort, get out of the city and check out what else the place has to offer, because there's some really good stuff that you'll be missing out on.
like, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the next vlog for our full AFL
beaches,
match day experience at the MCG.
Melbourne beaches aren't that great,
Thanks so much for watching.
They're all just beaches in the bay, so we don't get any waves. If it's a bad day, there's lots of sewage in the bay. You don't want that. All the good beaches are outside the bay, so you get on like all the open back beaches. So you've got like Bell's Beach or Smith's Beach at Phillip Island. But the bay beaches, like, they're a good way to chill out and just relax, but you're not going to be surfing or doing anything like that, and they're not that nice. I would avoid all of those beaches. Oh yeah, we're done. Video is finished. Cool channel. I'm going to share it, because I always like sharing like vloggy stuff. Copy the URL, I'll just chuck this in chat for you guys if you want to check out some of their other videos. Maybe we'll have a look at their Brisbane one.
Text-to-speech enabled.
We'll get rid of that. So yeah, that was actually kind of interesting. I think they did a really good job of getting like the CBD experience as well as mixing in like some like day trip type stuff. It's funny because like Melbourne, anywhere you go west, you've got Great Ocean Road. You go north, you've got like all the vineyards and stuff. You go east, you've got Phillip Island and all that. Or Mornington Peninsula to the south. And Phillip Island, you got plenty of things to do. You got Mount Dandenong off to the east as well, which is really nice. Like Sassafras and all around there. And like Puffing Billy. Puffing Billy's really cool as well. I saw a video the other day from the 90s of Puffing
Ozzy
Billy.
Honey said, "Oh, I think they lived in Brisbane. Because there's not just one handy vid here."
Okay. I haven't checked it out. They just came across like recommended, so I'm like, oh, that seems interesting.
Said, "You have Frankston in the east and Sunshine in the west if you are adventures."
Sunshine? I wouldn't be going to Sunshine. No, it's like going to Broadmeadows, man. Like, you want to be armed to the teeth if you go on there. Frankston's not so bad. But, you know, Frankston ends up in the news for, like, fights and stuff at the beach all the time. Edithvale is a really nice beach. You go to the end of Stud Road towards, no, it's not Stud Road, Springvale Road. You go south down Springvale Road and you end up at Edithvale Beach. That's a nice one too. But all the good beaches and stuff, like at least the bay ones, like Mornington and around there, or yeah, just the open back beaches. They're much nicer. Yeah, I reckon I'll get a good video out of this one. This one seems interesting. And they're good at filming as well. They had good cinematography, and they used like some stock footage because she's obviously got like a Collingwood scarf on for the footy, but then the footage they're showing is like, was it Richmond and Gold Coast? All right, so off of a highlight video, the next one is a little bit more depressing.
Tourist food for tourist food. www.youtube.com less than same to in Brisbane.
How long's that? I might have a quick look at that one. Let's have a quick look. What is this? It's opening up in its own browser? I don't want that. I want to open it up in my browser. Hang on.
Said 10 meters.
Copy address. 10 minutes? Hey, let's just rip into this one then. We'll go back to back. Now I've just got to paste it in here. Wait, no, that's just bringing up my chat. How do I copy? Alright, we just got to do this the old school way of like click and drag. Here we go.
Ozzy Danny said, mine just opens in Chrome. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know why mine opened up in its own thing. This is the laptop. This isn't like my main computer, so I'll have to look into that.
Said, I have ad by the way.
Yeah, that's right. By the time I've got this going, the ad will be over. I might slow this down. It's hard to talk and walk at the same time. Hold up, hold up, hold up.
Just 15 minutes from the Brisbane CBD
oh my God, is it going to stop?
International Airport, Eat Street
just
North
wait,
Shore
I've told it to
transforms
pause.
an old riverside wharf into a vibrant night market. Spread across several hectares
there we
on
go.
the banks of the Brisbane River and
yeah, let us know when you're back.
100.
Yeah, I'll have a look at the title first so I know what this is about. Can two people eat at Eat Street in Brizzy for under $100?
I usually just copy paste the links from OBS.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would do.
Chrome.
I clicked it and then it opened up like its own browser.
I am back.
So there's got to be a setting I can do to change that. Like you maybe set the default browser in OBS to like Brave or something. All right, 1 second. I'll just duck down here. So you don't have to see me blow my nose. All right, we've got another video of Jess and Dave. This time they're in Brisbane. And we've just seen their...
Gold Coast vs Brizzy vs Mel vs Sydney.
Sydney doesn't even count, man. Get rid of Sydney. Gold Coast, they can get out of there too. I'd say Gold Coast is just like a young people city. It's like clubs and getting drunk. It's not, it doesn't compare to Brizzy. And they're all different cities. Like they all offer something different for the people that are there. So... I'd say Melbourne is like...
Said, I think they can do under $100, but it is a lot of food options for just two people to try much. Gold
$100
Coast is a party town.
$50 each? Like, yeah, you can get some good food for that. But
Danny said, to put it nicely.
Yeah, that's it. Party town, usually for younger people. It's like kind of like Miami, you know? It's not really a nice place for like a relaxed holiday. It's more just get wasted and try hook up with people type vibe.
Text to speech disabled.
Alright, we've got another video from Jess and Dave, recommended by Danny in chat. And this time they're in Brisbane, which I believe they might have spent a bit more time up there than down in Melbourne. And Danny's from Queensland, so she wants to defend Brisbane's honour against Melbourne as the better coffee capital of Australia. I don't think she's got a hope, but let's see. So anyway, these two, they're trying to get food, like to feed both of them for $100 at some probably like pretty pricey restaurants. It's called Eat Street. So we'll see how they go with that. I reckon, you know, $100, two people, you're going to be stretching the budget. It's going to be a bit difficult. Especially given that this is relatively recent after all the inflation and stuff.
Just 15 minutes from the Brisbane CBD and 12 minutes from
right,
the
so it's not actually
airport,
in the thick of the city, it's a little bit out.
Transforms an old riverside wharf into a vibrant night market. Spread across several hectares on the banks of the Brisbane River and built from 180 recycled shipping containers. It offers a lively mix of street food energy, atmosphere, and some of Queensland's best local live entertainment. More than 70 traders bring the area to life, with themed bars, quirky boutiques, and a wide variety of food stalls serving flavors from across the globe. And tonight, we're putting it to the test.
If it's,
can two people
since it's not in the middle of the city, I was expecting it to be like a bunch of restaurants and stuff. But this is like a bunch of food trucks and little stalls and venues like that. $100, you're gonna get heaps. I don't think they'll even be able to get through their full $100.
We are on our way to catch the ferry.
Follow me on DJI Osmo Pocket 3s.
Each Street, North Shore.
Tourist thing? Maybe. I reckon there'll be a lot of locals that go there too.
All right, so we're here at Maury
That's
Park,
cool as well,
and we're
even
ready
just
to
getting there like
all
with a
the way
ferry
up
rather than a
at
bus or a
North Shore,
train.
Hamilton.
Something a little different. And you get like some nice views along the river. There it is. So it's got good accessibility from the city.
We have now arrived at the Eat Street walkway that gets us inside. It took us about 45 minutes to get here. The goal for today is to see if we
What a
can
lofty
spend
goal.
$50 each and good food. We didn't do a lot of planning beforehand. We just found out about Eat Street and then thought we'd just come here and try it out. So if this is anything like normal Australia, it's really expensive for food. So I'm going to say $50 per person.
Then again, it's a
And if we
touristy
just shoot over
spot,
that
so
way
they
too
might have
much,
quite high
$25
prices.
per person. Which does that get us?
I have to say too, there's a really beautiful sunset going on right now, and the ride here was really, really nice. And it only cost 50 cents each person to ride the
Best
ferry
deal.
for that long.
Oh, it's pet friendly, that's cool. Hold up. What does it say? So $6 entry, if you're under 13 it's free, or a carer. And then they're on from 4 till, so yeah, it's all afternoon stuff. Yeah, but you could easily spend like the whole night here. Like you stuff your face when you arrive, and then before you leave, you're ready to eat again.
Northern Crisp.
That's a lot for a beer.
Thank you.
$13. Ugh.
Thank you. So I got a Northern Crisp, which
Yeah, they just sell that from the bottle.
It's just like a really nice light beer. I got one $12.50. It's so cold, I'm so thirsty.
Yeah, $18, I believe it, man.
Oh yeah.
It's getting like that down here too. Just our alcohol tax is through the roof. $9 for a lemonade.
Hello.
You can keep that. Yeah, they're gonna burn through their money so fast.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we've been walking around for quite a while now, trying to decide on what to eat. I still have no idea, but I was getting super thirsty, so we stopped at Miss Flossie to grab a drink. And I decided to go with the strawberry lemonade. So it's homemade lemonade.
It'll be a lot of
strawberry
sugar.
juice in it, a little bit of sugar, and it's actually carbonated
Yeah,
too.
that's a rip-off.
And I
There's
am
no way
really
I'd be
looking
caught dead
forward to
paying
this.
that. Because it's just sugar water.
Oh, that's really good. That's really refreshing. It was $9 to get the drink in the
Still
jar,
a lot.
and if you hang on to the jar and come back, it's only $6 for a refill.
Well, let's see what this is.
Can I get the
How much
fried
do you
chicken
get?
burger? Can I get with fries?
Yeah, it looks pretty solid. That's not chicken though.
So I just ordered myself a chicken burger, and I got some fries on the side. I'm not quite sure
Damn.
what the price is. I think it was like $24 potentially. But either way, it looks really good.
Yeah,
And
$20
it's
for a
about
burger
5
and
minutes
chips,
wait,
that's
so
about
I'm gonna go
average
get
now.
some food for Jess, and then loop back around and pick mine up.
I don't know how easy it's going to be to hear me because we've got the band blaring My Girl right now behind me, but I just ordered some gluten-free crispy fried chicken, and I got a buzzer too, so I guess I'll just wait and see what happens. That's not what I wanted to say.
Yeah, they're gonna
I
rip
can't
through that
hear
$100.
myself.
Easy.
It's ready.
Yeah, $20 for a burger meal at Macca's. For like one of the nice ones. That looks like a good burger though. Like $20 for that, I'd be okay with that. I mean, that's not a burger, that's just chicken.
That is an
Still looks
insane
alright.
amount of
Well,
chicken.
can we see the prices there when they zoom in a bit? You can kind of. It's so blurry though, I can barely see it. But it all looks like it's over $20. It's not exactly value for money. I got a pork belly burger though, that'd be good.
Today I got a chicken burger
Oh,
with fries. The chicken burger.
that's bad. They're charging him for the fries as well.
So
I thought the whole thing together would be like 18 bucks. 18 bucks for just the burger? Stuff that. That's not worth it, man. Go to Nando's, go to McDonald's, go anywhere else. Go to Red Rooster.
Which leaves me with just about $10 left to get dessert.
That's a small burger too. Look at the bun.
I think there was some pickles, obviously the chicken. I think they offered hot sauce or some sort of mustard. I just said put on it whatever.
Maybe it's just why they filmed it.
And here we are. Okay, so where that sauce is, it's very
At least he
spicy.
gets a good amount of
It's actually
chips.
quite nice. And then the chicken's great, the bun's are great. Yeah, I mean, overall,
That looks good.
Great little meal.
I think
So
she's done well with
has over 70
the chicken
vendors,
there.
and there are quite a few of them that have a gluten-free option. One of those was a place called Rogue Spice.
That looks
and
good. It's
I
not
got
shiny,
their
so it's
gluten-free
like
fried chicken.
not gonna be
I'm
super
pretty
oily.
excited because oftentimes when you get something gluten-free and it's fried, it doesn't look like this.
They'd be boneless
This
too.
looks completely legit, and I'm really excited about it. It was just over $18 for the chicken. Oh my gosh. And I just got some
Yeah, I'm
regular
getting
mayo
hungry
with it.
again just looking at that. That genuinely looks good.
Oh my god. That is incredible.
She's got half a chicken shoved
And I
in
also
there.
just can't believe the amount of food that's in this little dish. This is going to be very filling.
I just finished my burger, and Jeff still has 2 entire pieces of chicken left, and we're both
Yeah, they're big
talking about
pieces
the
of
regret
chicken.
of having lunch today.
There's still so much chicken left. This was an incredible amount of food.
You know
There was
what?
like 7
For the
pieces of
price she
chicken in
paid
this.
for that, that's
I'm
actually
so
better
full.
value than
There's still 2
KFC,
left.
better value than Nando's, better value than Red Rooster, any of those other places that you can get just like fried chicken from. Way better value than like Nene's Chicken or any of those. So yeah, honestly, it's hit and miss. Some of these things seem really expensive, and then some of the other stuff's actually a good value. Yeah, Gami chicken.
I don't think Dave's going to be any help either because he just ate his chicken burger. He managed to get all of it down, but we're both hurting. So really, if you're coming with somebody else, you could probably just share. We could have just shared my chicken, maybe got a smaller side or something, and our drinks. We're talking about whether or not
No,
we're
I haven't
gonna be
tried
able
that,
to
man.
get Dessert. Now, I know for a fact I'm getting dessert because there's gluten-free donuts here, but I don't know if Dave's
Yeah, they're gonna be
tap out or not,
starved.
'cause
You just want to have a
Oh my
couple
God,
drinks
we're
after
full.
that, and then you're done.
All right, we finally dragged ourselves up from the table.
Dessert time.
Now it's time to go and get dessert. We were saying we can
Oh.
get dessert to go, but you can't eat it on the ferry.
So
and
you
the
stuff
ferry's,
your
like,
face
right
with all
there.
this greasy
We gotta do it.
food, and then you get some more, you stuff like some dessert into you, and then you've got like this rocky ferry back to the city, and you've got to try keep it down. That's almost cruel to do to people. They're getting what they're familiar with, Danny. But yeah, they didn't show everything on offer. But they, you know, I'd go here. 50 bucks.
Oh my gosh, they smell so good. We definitely did need to come and get some dessert, and we came to the famous Combi Alley to get it. And we got the gluten-free donuts. They are so hot, and I think there's just like cinnamon sugar maybe.
Have they got a gluten
I don't know,
option?
they
I'd be
smell
opting for
so
those.
incredibly good. Oh, it's hot. So it's
That'd be a
definitely
boring
cinnamon
donut to
sugar on
have.
there, and it's just like literally melts in your mouth.
I like my donuts
Oh
with
my
like
gosh,
a
look at the
filling,
inside
like
of
a
it.
custard filling or some sort of topping on them.
That's incredible.
Or at the very
Oh my
least, like a
goodness,
hot
it's
jam
very
donut.
hot. It's so good. I was trying to convince Dave that we should get the 5 for $15, but I do think it was a good call that we got 2 instead. They were $4 each. I definitely could have eaten that many, but I definitely didn't need to. I am so full, but I'm really glad that we got at least 1 each.
And then you got to
because
survive the
this
boat
is the
trip
perfect way
back.
to end our time here.
This is a cool little tourist trap. It's not really a tourist trap. Like, it's simply targeted at tourists, but they have a good variety of food there. The prices, some stuff seems quite expensive, other stuff seems not too bad. Like, you're going to be paying more than average, but, you know, it's a touristy area, so of course that's going to happen. But hey, if you're here for the experience, this looks like a cool thing to do. If I was ever in Brizzy, I'd be hitting up this place.
Oh, that was
My
crazy.
goodness.
Ooh,
This
nice.
is going to be interesting, getting back home.
This storm is starting to roll in, and I'm gonna eat the donut in the dark. Ooh, it was quite good.
Isn't that really good?
Definitely more your style though.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do like
get
them.
dinner and a
The
show.
lighting is insane. I hope we make it back before it starts raining.
The thing is, like, how long do the ferries run for? Because this place is open till 11. You'd hope there's a ferry between 11 and 12, so at least you can get back.
That wraps up our night
Wow,
at
they were
Beach Street
under.
North Shore. In total, we spent $81 between us, and based on what we ordered, coming in under $100 for 2 people feels very achievable. If you're happy to share plates, you could easily try even more foods while still
That
keeping
is
things
misleading.
budget-friendly.
Yeah, like, you get a couple drinks, like, you'll be
Drinks over
blowing that
costs can
budget.
climb
If
quickly.
you've got more of an appetite than these two, then, yeah, you'll be blowing your budget. But if you're a reserved, normal person who doesn't just stuff their face, I think, yeah, under $100 isn't too bad.
So if you plan on having a few, you'll want to factor that in. Overall, the portion sizes were generous, and everything felt reasonably priced. We honestly expected it to be more expensive than it was. We would definitely recommend spending an evening
more
here,
expensive was,
especially if you enjoy trying
That was
a mix
my
of
gut
different
feeling
foods in
going
one
into
place.
it too.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe.
Like,
Thanks so much
it
for
did seem a bit
watching, and
pricey,
we'll
but
see you
not
in
by
the
too
next one.
much, you know? Like, it's acceptably pricey. That was a cool video.
Just 15 minutes from the bridge.
And now I'm hungry again. But lucky for me, we've got this amazing cake that my mum cooked, and I'm gonna rip into that after this. So we're burning off the calories now, so we can shove them all back on in a little bit. I'm looking forward to that.
Text to speech enabled.
Because we had like a nice lamb roast dinner tonight, and after I ate that, I just wasn't feeling crack hot.
Cheesecake.
No, it's more like a Black Forest cake. It's got Nutella on it, and it's got like some German liqueur that's like mixed into lots of cream, cherries, like cherry jelly or some sort of jelly that's mixed into it too.
Chief_DZ
Really good stuff.
said, oh nice.
All homemade. I had a tiny slice before. It was like that thick, at the thickest, because it's a very creamy, rich cake. So I wanted to make sure I could still eat dinner. And now that dinner's out of the way and the stream is done, I can just gorge my face on it. So I'm going to rip into that in a bit. Oh man, I should have started earlier, but it's how things go. Alright, let's see, what else have I got? Hang on. I know I've got, I want to get one of these.
Chief_DZ said, 250 grams slice for intense.
250 grams. Yeah, I could eat that. I've been to, where was it? This place at Knox City. It wasn't Outback Steakhouse, it was Hog's Breath Cafe. And they sell like a bunch of steaks there. And they had like a 1 kilo steak, and I demolished that. So that's given me like the base level of what I can eat. So if I'm hungry and there's a kilogram of food available, I can eat that. At least I used to be able to. I don't know if I can still do that today.
Oziganu said, for those not boat friendly, there does seem to be other ways to get to Eat Street.
Yeah, it didn't seem that far away.
To a train station.
Like, you could just get a taxi there if you really wanted to. Like, probably cost you like 30, 40 bucks. Like, yeah, a bit pricey, but hey, you split it between 2 or 3 people and it's not so bad. Alright, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see a video on phone zombies? Or do you want to see a video on someone who's burnt out from work? They're both about the same length. Me, I'm kind of pushing more for the phone zombie video, because it's a pet peeve of mine. And it'll be interesting to see what other people's thoughts on it are. And then like all these other videos I'm going to have to do another day.
Said, I am burnt out from life.
Yeah, I've got a feeling a lot of people are getting that way now. Yeah, I'll save these other ones for another stream.
Chief_DZ said, I am laptop and phone zombie.
Yeah, let's go with the phone zombie.
Phone zombie.
At least phone zombie's just complaining about like a common problem everyone hates. Whereas I have a feeling the burnt out one is going to be like, oh, pity me, blah, 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 blah. Feel sorry for me type video. So we'll get this one up here. And then I gotta pause it and rewind it. God, it's like I'm on VHS again. Oh, it was actually quite responsive that time.
When you leave your phone at...
Because the laptop's so slow, I've got to rewind the video to start it again.
Text-to-speech disabled.
Alright, so this video is about phone zombies, and I'm guessing it's not so much phone addiction, it's just how people are, whenever they've got some spare moment of their time, they're diverting their attention to their phones. Which we never used to have. When we had dumb phones, nobody was walking around like with their phones in their hands while they're walking along. People were present in the moment and aware and alert of what was going on around them. But these days, a very different world. Smartphone, I genuinely think, has changed society for the worse. It's not been a positive to humanity. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I always go into these videos blind. I just don't know what they're about. All I've got to go on is the title and the thumbnail, and then that's it. So what I should do is like kind of skim them and check that they're good videos first. But sometimes like I'd rather just dive into it and see what they're like. Yeah, I still liked living in a world pre-smartphone. I think just the overall experience and the way that we did things was better. It was nicer. Maybe not so convenient, but it felt like it was a more genuine, honest, polite world where people were more thoughtful of those around them. Now we don't have that. That's stripped away. It's gone.
When you leave your phone at home and observe the people around you when you're out, you realise that almost everybody is so casually addicted to their phone to the point where nobody even questions it. But it's got me wondering, how are people just happy to accept this? Are they okay with life just being like this forever? It's gotten so bad in some places that you feel like the only person truly present. You look around hoping to catch somebody's eye.
This phone that I've got right here, when they shut down the 3G network, that phone stopped working. It has 4G, but it just stopped working. And I had to go to the local pub to pick up some food, and they didn't have the food ready yet. So normally what do? You just whip out your phone and like browse the internet? Well, I couldn't do it because the phone had no internet. So I was stuck watching the little TVs that they have up there, and I felt really awkward. I felt so out of place, which is weird because 10, 15 years ago, that'd be the norm. Like you got some time to kill, well, you're gonna watch a screen or you're just gonna pick up a magazine or something. You're not just gonna dive into a phone. And it's funny how like a socially acceptable normal thing, when you don't have it, it can make you feel so weird all of a sudden.
Street, you're on public transport, out to
eat. I hate that. When they're walking on the street not looking.
Zombies who are so busy engrossed in their digital prisons and scrolling endlessly that they miss out on the whole real world going on.
That is the worst. When you go out and you're with friends and you're grabbing food, and it's a good time to have a conversation and chat to people, and people just on their phones, browsing their socials, not paying any attention to anyone around them. It's like, what's the point of even hanging out with you guys if you're not even going to talk to us? Oh my God.
Surroundings, detached from humanity almost. No one's really talking to each other anymore, interacting. They're almost not fully alive or present. It feels like it's getting worse and worse, and every day more and more people are giving themselves over to this online world, trading reality for it.
Nah, but why has real life become such a lonely place? Because everyone's diverting their attention to digital devices all the time. Like I was saying before, like I think things were great when we had to access the internet through a computer, right? And it's not like you had the computer with you everywhere. You had a computer in a room at home, that was how you got to the internet. So you'd go there, you'd have your fun on the internet, and then when you left, you're back in the real world. And when you left the house, you didn't bring the internet with you, you were just out and around in the world. And yeah, it's a complete inversion of reality now. Now, internet is everywhere. And it's so pervasive that people get upset when you try to drag them away from it to be in the moment, to spend time with someone. Or, you know, God forbid you require their attention. They don't want to give it up. And I'm not big on the phone when I'm out. You see me on my own walking and I'm looking at the phone, either IRL streaming that one time or checking, bank account or whatever. Yeah, everyone's different. Some people are just addicted to their phones. It's so bad. I went to McDonald's to go to the toilet, and this dude's just yapping on his phone while he's at the urinal. It's like, bro, can't you just put the phone down for 2 seconds? It's insane. Yeah, people don't know how to behave either. The internet is safer than people. Yeah, but if people had to interact with other people in society without phones, they would learn how to be courteous and polite and how to deal with other people. But they don't have to do that anymore. So that's a skill that a lot of people have either gotten rusty with or they've just lost entirely. Oh, what's this thing doing? It's trying to reconnect. Ah, there we go. We're back. Yeah, that's weird. My phone tried to reconnect. It's on the home Wi-Fi. It should be fine.
Sort of human connection. This has happened so quickly, especially in the last couple of generations, because they've been the children of addicted parents. Parents who have normalised this behaviour to their children. They've grown up.
I disagree with that.
And so that
Gen X didn't really adopt technology. It came along, like, you know, social media and all that. Gen X were slow to adopt it. It was the millennials that were right on it from the get-go. But it's the children of Gen X now that are the most addicted. So, you know, being laggards, being a bit slow to take up technology doesn't mean that... I don't see the correlation that she's making there. She's saying that the parents were just as addicted as the kids. No, I don't think so. I think it's the other way around. I think the parents were just off doing their own thing and got their kids, you know, just phones from a very young age, or like tablets and stuff from a very young age. And that's kind of, it's almost like a safety net, like a comfort device for people these days. And when they don't have it, you take it away from people and they're out in public, their anxiety goes through the roof. People don't know how to deal with it. They can't function without it. Yeah, Xennial is like, you know, that's tail end of like millennials and Gen Y. So I'm talking older than that. I'm talking people like born like, I don't know, like 1978 and before. Like they are, you know, these were the people having kids in the early 2000s. That group of people. So those kids, you know, by the time they're 10, iPhone's already out. And then, you know, the ones that had their kids a little bit later, well then smartphones were just everywhere. So they just naturally had them. And the millennials, well, they're giving birth mostly to like the next generation of kids, which they're absolutely cooked. They've got no hope in life. Good luck with that.
And so normalised so quickly. Before all of this, you would never have dreamed that you'd be walking around with people just staring at screens constantly.
It's so weird seeing people in public just
movie. But now people are just accepting
not paying
it,
attention
can't
to
get
anything.
their head around it. How it just goes on and plays out in front of us every single day, and they're just accepting it. So many people seem completely uninterested in any form of human connection.
People get offended and bothered and annoyed that you're trying to get any form of attention from them. Just talk to them. Anything that diverts them away from their precious screen, they're going to get angry at. And it's such a weird thing for like an entire society to have to go through. Yeah, between 77 and 83. Yeah, I'd count that. 77's kind of like the just on the cusp of it, because I've got cousins that are 7 years older than me, and he's like 78, but he's like just as switched on with tech as I am. Whereas my older cousins, which are like about 3 to 4 years older than him, and then maybe a little bit more, like they're nowhere near as capable with computers or smartphones or anything like that. They're very casual. And then the boomers, like, well, they just don't know what the hell's going on. They can barely use the interface and they get confused when it changes. Yeah, Xennial's like the cutoff. It was like from one generation to the next, like where it changed. So you have, for me, I've always thought like 1980 onwards was just millennial. So 1980 through to like 97, 96 really. You got that 16-year window, that's Gen Y millennial. And then you got Gen Z after that, and before that's kind of like Gen X. And then baby boomers, I don't know when the baby boomers stopped. They're kind of like 45 through to like, I don't know, like maybe in the mid-60s, like 65, around then. But who knows, everyone's got their own definition of it.
And they're happy just to trade their free time for mindlessly scrolling. This has also taken over real life situations for many people where it's normal to see
this is just weird.
People out together and they're just all staring at their phones. I just wonder, what will their memories be together? They're all in.
You want to know something really messed up?
Bubbles.
Little kids, they don't play together like we used to. You know, they don't make up games, they don't play with their toys, they don't go outside, they don't do that. They all just have their screens, and one, like if a kid hasn't got a screen, he'll buddy up next to someone who has got a screen, and they'll just stare at their screens and play with the apps and the games and all and the videos. And it's such a different way of socializing than what we had growing up. Because you're not going to learn the same lessons by doing that. It's, yeah, I don't know. Seems like a crucial part of their childhood development's being robbed. We'll roll that back a bit.
Else grew up with. How are they? And they're not having these shared memories that everybody else grew up with. How are they so content and comfortable to trade all that precious time with their loved ones, the people they supposedly care about, for endless scrolling of memes and TikToks? They're just making lonely memories with people they'll never know online, interacting with them instead of the people in their real life. They're scrolling away like on jokes, shared experiences to reminisce on, memories to look back on with the people in their real life. What are they going
to have to look back on? Because a lot of these kids, they all consume basically internet culture. You don't have distinct cultures from different countries anymore. It's like most people, they're all consuming the same stuff. So yeah, you have this kind of like shared experience, but there's nothing like unique to it. And I don't think it's, no one's going to be like, oh, do you remember back in when we were kids, this thing? It's like, you can barely remember what happened a week ago. Like, how are you going to remember like some stupid meme from when you were a kid? It's just, yeah, like I said, I think we've regressed. I think smartphones and that sort of tech has really drawn back the way our societies work.
Finding new hobbies, interests, even being
that's
there
sad.
For their friends, or if they do go to events, they're watching.
You're never going to look at that video ever again.
They're not having these shared moments and memories. They're happy for their memories to just be pixelated. Life used to be collaborative with your friends and family, with strangers, little mini interactions you had throughout your day. Whereas now, so many people are happy just to trade their time on Earth to be plugged into their own individual bubble.
And then people wonder why so many people are lonely and why there's so many mental illnesses all of a sudden. Like the root cause is very easy to pick out of this, and it's just like an over-reliance on the internet. It's a comfortable way of socializing with people, and if you don't like the interaction, you can easily get rid of it. Whereas real life's not like that. Real life is you've got to know how to negotiate, you need to know how to read people, you need to understand what their motives are, pick up on body language. It's a totally different way of going through life. Yeah, and I missed that one. If you had kids in modern times, would you let them roam free like we did? I don't think I would. And also, there's not a lot of parents always home like we had to. Well, they've criminalised that in some places. They say if your kids are out and they're not under supervision, you're a negligent parent. Whereas when I grew up, like, one of the common phrases was just go outside and don't come home until it's dark. So you'd just go out around a suburb, you'd find stuff to do with your friends, or you'd go over to a friend's house. Totally different. These days, I mean, it's not as safe, but I would still try and encourage kids to go out and do stuff, but, have some sort of parental supervision. Like, I guess you've just got to be more involved as a parent in making sure that your kids can still go out and have that sort of experience. But, have, like, the safety net to fall back on. I think, like, half the girls I went to high school with, their kids had the rule we did. Yeah, like, you can have fancy laptop, phone, etc. when you save up for one. Ah, it moved. Hang on, awesome. yeah, you had to save up for it yourself. I mean, I know someone who, well, my nephew, he's one of his cousins had a tablet, and he's realised, hey, I can buy my own tablet. And these parents are like, well, no, we don't want you to have a tablet. He's like really dejected and upset about that. But they're doing the right thing. Like, you don't want to give your kid a tablet at such a young age. It's detrimental to how they're going to be raised. Like for me, I got my first computer, like my own computer, when I was 16. I saved up, I bought it, and put it together myself. And before that, we had the family computer, which we had from, 1990, the end of 97. And that was just in the lounge room. And I had like a removable hard drive dock that would go into it, and that had my Windows installation on it. So I had all my stuff on that, and then when I was done, just pull the hard drive out, and off we go. So we effectively had like 2 computers. I had my own, and Dad had his, and everyone else had their stuff. But yeah, I think that's the better way to do it, is like if you've got a computer, like have it in a not public, but like in an open place, so you can keep tabs on what your kids are doing. And then, yeah, when they're old enough, like, yeah, they can get their own computer, it's fine. They should be old enough and mature enough to understand what's going on by then. But giving like a kid just nearly unlimited access to the internet before they're even 10, like that's just insane. I still think that's bad parenting. More to the loneliness, not partnering. Hang on. I think there's more to the loneliness, not partnering, than just the internet. The big one is everyone's always working. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, everyone's getting squeezed financially. So, you know, that's less money for leisure time. That's less time available to do social activities. There's less time for hobbies. That's a big factor as well. But, you know, you tie that in with the internet, and they both compound the same problem. There's a new thing I am probably in that statistic, right? Here is why. 1 in 4 women, 23%, and 1 in 14 men have experienced violence by an intimate partner since age of 15. Yeah, it's very common. I don't know if the rates have gone down over time or up. I do know they go up during times of hard economic struggle. But yeah, it's a common thing. It's not spoken about. People don't bring it up. But yeah, it happens. It's one of those things that is hard to avoid as well, because you can meet someone and they can be, you know, show no signs of being that type of person. And then as they get comfortable in a relationship, well, then their true self comes out, and yeah, you've got to deal with it. Or even a worse case is like if you're a kid and you're just from a violent home, like that's just sad because you never had a choice in the matter, and you effectively have your childhood robbed from you. And then that's going to have everlasting issues throughout your whole life. Like, yeah, not an ideal situation.
Without some kind of, and they can't even be present for family without some kind of digital stimulation. It feels like a lot of people are just going from one scroll session to another. They miss out on interesting little moments in life that happen all the time when you really observe your surroundings and you're fully present. There's so much to wonder at in this world.
That's another thing too.
To just watch other people experience
vicariously living through others.
Media. And it feels like they're waiting for a certain task or an interaction just to end so they can go back.
Yeah, look at this. This is what I'm saying.
World. It's really creepy and surreal.
Everyone's just on their phones.
No matter where you go in the world, you're guaranteed to be surrounded by people possessed by their technology. Completely.
Mind you, that's a shopping centre where people are just waiting. You know, they've probably got like a partner or something that's shopping. They're just killing time on their phone. The weird thing for me is when you go to a social place, like a pub or a bar or anything like that, and people are just on their phones, not talking to each other. It's like, you've made the effort to go out. You've made the effort to be around in other people in a social area. Like, go ahead and socialise. Don't just rely on your phone the whole time. I would have loved to have seen what nightclubs were like before the invention of the smartphone. It would be a totally different place. Because I was lucky enough to be able to go to a couple, well, dumb phones were like the majority. But then later on, like, it changed drastically. Like, you'd have a lot of people just hang around on the edges of, like, the dance floor, just with their phones out, killing time there the whole time. It's like, well, why did you even bother coming here? You're not going to have a good time by doing that. Yeah, it's just way harder to meet people. It's way harder to have like common interests with people because we don't have the what do they call it? Like disposable income that our previous generations had.
Passing them by at every moment, all these opportunities, and they're getting more and more addicted as the days go by, and it's becoming more and more normalized. I feel so terrible for kids, especially growing up now, and they're surrounded
that's
by
normal
this.
to them.
This is all they know. They don't know how good we had it before.
Which looks more fun, this
fully present in the real world,
or this?
And no matter how many times I get to
This looks like crap. I wouldn't even want to be there.
Kids, especially growing up now, and they're surrounded by this.
No one's vibing. No one's having fun. This is way better. Everyone's getting in on it.
We had it before this, when people were fully present in the real world. And no matter how many times I get told that the world has always been like this, and people have always avoided other people, I don't buy it. Yes, people may have read newspapers or books when they were on public transport, for example, but I did not see people just walking around.
It's too convenient these days.
Everywhere you go.
And it's only going to get worse with like those augmented reality glasses, like the Meta Ray-Bans and that sort of stuff. When they become cheap enough and you can just easily hook them up to your phone. Or like the, what was the Apple one that they had with the stupid like Apple Vision or goggles or whatever, that crap? Yeah, when that becomes commonplace, like going out in public's going to be a nightmare.
Oblivious to the real world, living in the metaverse of a newspaper, that just did not happen. I think most people will agree to some degree or another that phones are a big problem, and yet they'll just go straight back.
You'd be surprised, Danny, like these days people treat concerts as a commodity that they can turn into basically social media likes. So they're just going to be there like farming footage so that they can get a couple likes on Instagram. Like that's almost like the whole reason that they're going. Like if you tell people, hey, you can come to this concert, but you're not allowed to bring your phone, like a lot of people just wouldn't go. They're like, well, I can't prove to anyone that I was there, so why would I want to go? You know, they use it as a way to increase their own social status rather than because they want to enjoy it. They want to enjoy the artist.
I mean, most people are willing to just accept the status quo and continue like this indefinitely. Are they happy for the human experience and life just to be condensed into these tiny little screens?
That's an old phone too.
People around them just to be these mindless
like
zombies that they're happy to join in with? Are they happy living in a world where having a tiny
just
moment
slammed
with
into the wall, the door.
Contact, a little smile, it feels like a glitch in the system and a monumental event because you're so unused to it.
Oh, that's like a university
it's really
project.
Terrifying how quickly phones became so ubiquitous in our world and people became so zombie-like and so addicted. But I do hold out hope that one day the pendulum will...
I don't think it's going to happen.
That people will snap out of their stupor and realise there's so much more to life. I'd love to know if you know anybody who has freed themselves from this addiction and realised they aren't happy with the status quo and they don't want to just accept
phones
that
and
this
access
is
to
how
the
world's
internet and
gonna be.
like by extension social media and just videos and your interests so quickly and easily on tap, it fills an emotional need that people have and it fills it too well that they're not going to seek it out from other places. So they just fully rely on it. It is effectively an addiction. So they're not going to bother trying to get that sort of stimulus that they could from other locations, other things like people, like I was saying before, like people are happy vicariously living through what they see from a screen, as opposed to doing the hard work to make what they see a reality in their own lives. Too many people are happy with that sort of stuff, and it just saps like their work drive, I guess. To be fair, I saw a guy walk into a glass shop front in my teens, like 10 years before smartphone. Yeah, people did that, but it was rare. Were a thing. He was looking at a pretty girl and smack. The best part is we all laughed, but the girl he was looking at didn't notice at all. She's like, oh my god, it's that guy who keeps walking into glass doors around me. Why do you keep doing this? I'm not going to give you my attention. Yeah, it was rare. Like, I do remember early YouTube, you'd see like the occasional video of people walking into like the sliding doors that just wouldn't open. But I'd imagine these days, like people walking into poles and because they just don't have the same attention span. They're not aware of what's going on around them. And the worst ones are the ones that are like people that are crossing roads and stuff. They'll start walking just because everyone else around them's walking. They just trust so easily that everyone else is doing the right thing. And they're not even paying attention, literally walking into a road with no idea of what's coming either direction. It's nuts. Yeah, she was probably off in her own world thinking about her own things.
Or do you think it's just going to be an endless cycle of doom scrolling that's only getting seemingly worse?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
The dots on this screen represent an adult life.
Oh, these are depressing, these videos.
Life expectancy of 90. So if you're 18 years old right now, this is an optimistic estimate of the months that you have left.
Thanks, I needed that.
Take a second.
You're gonna die.
Probably not as many as you would expect. And I'm sorry to say that it does get worse.
Yep, how much is screen time?
About a third of that time is going to be spent sleeping. On average, 126 of those months will go to school and your career.
Oh, that's going down.
About 18 will be spent
That's
driving.
going down.
36 cooking and eating. 36 doing chores and errands. And about 27 in the bathroom and taking care of personal hygiene. So that leaves you with 334 months. This is where you pursue your passions and travel the world and leave your mark. How you spend this time is going to determine the quality of your life. So take a second and ask yourself,
That's
what
a
do you want to do
bad
with that
question
free time?
because the more important question is
Now,
what
I
are you
would be willing
able
to
to
bet-
do with that time? What is within your means? Not what you want to do. Like that's irrelevant. Like you're going to have to grind out more work, more studying, just to be able to accommodate some of those other things.
That scrolling through TikTok, binge watching Netflix, and playing video games probably did not come to mind. But today, the average 18-year-old in the United States is on pace to spend 93% of their remaining free time.
That's
looking at a
sad. As I say,
Imagine
staring at a
getting
screen,
to the
pumping
age of
out
90.
a stream to many screens, and looking at a chat phone, which is another screen, and a camera with a screen on the side, and a phone on top of that, which is another screen. God, I'm a hypocrite.
Seeing this visualization of how you spent all your time after the age of 18 and thinking about all the things you could have done.
What a depressing
that
TED
you did
talk.
not
Thanks,
do
man.
Because you got distracted.
Just what I needed. No, stop, buddy. We are depressed
burnt out,
enough tonight.
And so is everyone that I know. You know, I don't think I've properly
Just
rested
stop,
in the
mate.
last
Stop
couple
talking.
years. And the thing
Is it
that's
gonna
really
let me
starting
stop
to hit
this?
me is I'm starting to hear it in everyone.
Hold
that I
on.
know.
Technical problems.
You know, at work, there's always been this like.
This
running
guy will shut
joke
up
of-
eventually. Just give me a sec.
You know, I don't think I've properly rested.
I'm
in the
still
last
waiting for it
couple
to go
years.
out of full screen.
And the
You
thing
know what?
that's
We'll
really
just
starting to
Control
hit me
W
is
that.
I'm starting to hear it in everyone that I
There we
know.
go. We got rid of him. All right.
You know, at
that's
work,
another
there's
video
always
that
been
I'll
this,
check
like,
out
running-
another time. But yeah, that last one, I'm fully on board with what she's saying. Like, do you think that people are actually going to start rejecting like smartphone tech and social media and all that in favor of a more in-person experience? Because I have less faith in people. I think the opposite's true. I think people are going to double down more into screen-based experiences because of just how good they're getting and what they do, and how the ease of it, and how convenient it is, and how quickly and easily you can like get out of a bad situation that you don't want to be in. I don't know, man. The future is not as bright as we were promised. Hang on, I want to see how far I've walked. Just give me a sec. I have walked apparently half an hour, but I know it's a lot more now. I've done about 7 Ks. That's not bad. So that's 100 minutes plus 30. So that's, I don't know. That's more than 2 hours. Jesus. Anyway, my legs are done. I want to eat some
Text-to-speech
cake.
enabled.
Oh man, my legs are really sore. I gotta spread these out a bit more. I snuck in that bike stream the other day and I haven't recovered yet. But yeah, we'll get there. TED Talk, yeah, I like positive TED Talks. I don't like ones that like reduce my remaining life down to circles and show me how much of that's going to be on a screen. That's painful. Also, when you go through Steam, it shows you how many hours you've put into a game in total. Yeah, that's bad. So like, I've put a lot of time into a few games, like big chunks of time. So like Counter-Strike, PlanetSide 2, Team Fortress 2, what else? Age of Empires, Formula 1, Cyberpunk. Like some of those have over 2,000 hours on them. And you figure out how many months that is, like it adds up fast. What is this, 168 hours in a week? So yeah, just like months of your life just put into a game, literally. It's painful. All right, we're going to raid out. Let's have a look and see who's available. There are a few people on before, but I reckon everybody's wrapped up by now. Like, I'm not usually on this time or even watching people at this time. Oh, Matt's on. We can raid him again. He said he's playing Sonic and Knuckles on the 32X.
Danny said, Simmy's on.
Yeah, Simmy's on as well, but I'd rather raid Matt because I saw him earlier on before, and he's been pretty consistent recently, so we'll hit him up. What is this? Mature rated. Okay. We'll just bring up my one.
Danny said, yeah, Matt did have something special.
Hold on, I gotta change screen to that one. And now I can stop OBS on the laptop so it actually runs fast. There we go. Alright, so 1 second, I've just got to quickly bring up my channel so I can do this. Oh, I'm so looking forward to eating that cake. It's going to be good. Going to gorge myself. And then, yeah, we're going to the restaurant tomorrow for lunch, so I don't even get much time to digest all the food from tonight. Mega Matt TV. I believe that's it. Yeah, that should work. If I get the wrong one, then we're going to the wrong... No, we got the right one. That's worked out well. Oh, man, I need to shave too. I got to do that tomorrow. I totally forgot about that. We've got definitely a 9 PM shadow going on today. Yeah, I'll raid Simmy again in the future.
I just gorged myself on a half packet of Tim Tams and then passed out for 3 hours.
Only half the packet. You've got to eat the whole packet. Once it's open, that's it. The whole packet gets eaten. There is no half packet. That's, you can do better, Danny. Get through the whole lot. Anyway, I'll catch you all over at Matt's. Let's come up with a raid message quickly. Oh, I don't know. Phones are... nah.
Danny said, haha.
Normally I'm pretty witty at coming up with raid messages for other people. When it's for myself, I'm garbage. I will just do Intense 7 raid. Something very generic. Anyway, I'll catch you on the other side, and thanks for hanging around. I'll see a few of your streams over the weekend, I'd imagine. There we go. Make sure I've got audio.
Danny said, Melbourne coffee over Brisbane's. 7 raid. Text to speech disabled.